Hello, everybody. We're back. Finally, we're back. It's too hot. It's very hot. Where we at? But it's cold again. It's a cold, frozen wasteland.
Could not be more different from our current environment.
Yeah, our current environment is very, very hot in the UK, and we are not used to it.
Stussy, I'm getting used to it.
Yeah.
Last time, you all retrieved the staff.
Yeah, I got my toy.
Yes, you did.
And yeah, I will reread what it allows you to do at the moment. The Staff of Zorage. You can no longer have any need to recast undead, creation, or control spells.
Yeah.
You can empower undead under your control. As a bonus action, all the undead under your control gain supernatural foresight, granting them advantage on their next attack, ability check, or saving throw. And also, interesting ability, you can speak to the original soul of the person that the undead figure is made from. Any particular undead target. This simply works.
Yeah.
They don't have a save or anything.
Oh,
It just happens.
Yeah, I can just speak to people.
Yeah, you just get rung up like suck.
The undead still doesn't automatically become under your control or anything, but from that contact with the original soul, you can have a conversation with it in your mind, and when you do so, it allows you to make a insight persuasion check, which if you succeed, you then gain advantage on controlling or destroying that undead in any.
Yeah. I definitely will be speaking to every undead at some point, but right now I have a cold, so Gamira has a cold and I'm not speaking much.
Yeah, Gamira has a cold in game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's appropriate. We're in a frozen wasteland.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing more of us haven't got cold.
Yeah, it's the first time to experience snow, so he wasn't prepared.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Definitely canonically face palmed on purpose multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's from that snowball fight. To be honest with you, most of what happened was that you fucked with, I'm putting it like that, you fucked with a cult, you killed like 2 of their members, and then scared the rest of them.
Yeah.
And they were all like, we don't like any of
Peace
this.
out.
We're leaving.
I could have eaten some of them.
But yeah, there was a disagreement about murder. And
Do we disagree on anything else?
That's an important thing to talk about.
There was a disagreement about murder, and that's like the start of every session.
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, that sounded really bitter about it. But afterwards, after your disagreement was over, you made your way back to the temple, and the lady whose name I forget because she has a strange name. Oh, god damn it! I'm gonna have to just pull that up to remind myself. Welcomed you back, and you found this strange gauntlet on one of her Kirinsele symbol statues. She called Nirala. That Gamira you looked at and realized basically would allow you to magically control someone who's wearing it if you were holding the orb. And she was like, "Oh, this orb." I was like, "I thought this orb just did nothing. It was just cool."
It was a cool orb.
Turns out it has a very powerful effect.
Yeah. Is there anything else to mention? It is, as of this morning, after the night, it is now the morning of Samhain. It is if you want to sort of reference, it's like the 31st. That's it. Now it makes sense to me. I was looking at my timeline, going, wait, but it should be the 1st. That would mean they missed it. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's the 1st of November. That's actually Samhain, not the 31st of October. So yeah, it's new month.
Yeah.
Samhain is tonight. You are very, very far away from Crauchan currently.
That's alright, I got to teleport.
Yes.
I could
I'll
get
need
there.
it.
But yeah, now you are waking up in the morning. It's cold. promise you it's cold, guys. You can feel it. You can feel it cold. Feel that it's cold right now.
Yes, there you go.
Cold and manifest it, that's all.
Manifest cold, yeah.
Imagine snow and
You
ice.
see Fran's?
And dragons.
Oh wait, long rest. Fran needs to roll what dragon he is.
Oh yes, yeah. You can roll it, or you can choose white again
Imagine Brand of the Dragon.
if you would like, because this is the frozen wasteland, so you could make it white if you want. Okay.
Speeds things up.
You don't want to roll?
But I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm sure there's going to be some rolling at some point.
Oh yes, no, there's gonna be zero rolling this game.
Yeah. All role play.
Well, yeah. So you all wake up.
Yep.
Bats are gone.
Yeah. Although I did want them to come back to me because I asked them all to. I wanted them to scout the area.
No, yeah, I'm clarifying that they stopped manifesting. If you could whistle them again.
Yeah, I will. I did tell them to sort of go away and come back. So I guess are they the same bats I summon every time?
I guess the thing is that as much as Ravenna likes to pretend that she doesn't need to sleep, she does. So she slept, and
Yeah.
they came back while she was asleep, and then they disappeared.
Yeah.
They didn't wake me up because I did give. There was a thing I showed.
No,
you.
yeah, I know. No, I know.
Mhm.
I would say that the brains of the bats are
Do I need to
consistent.
roll again? So it's 2d6.
Yeah.
5. 10 bats.
Okay. So yes, 10 bats fly in, and this is the way to wake up everyone in the morning.
That wake alarm.
Just through a small window near the top of the temple, just all of a sudden, just flapping of big leathery wings.
Please stop destroying the temple.
It is Halloween morning.
Halloween one.
What's Halloween?
Yeah, at least say Samhain.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't mind Ravenna saying Samhain because she's only read it. She's never heard it before.
Oh yeah, it's big.
Have I not heard him say Samhain? I'm sure I've heard.
Maybe, yes.
I'm sure I've heard the local people call it Samhain.
Although it would be kind of funny, to be fair, if you've heard him say that, but you don't connect it at all.
Have I ever seen it written down though? Is what I'm asking.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
I wouldn't call it something like it is All Hallows Eve back where I am from.
No, that doesn't exist. That does not correctly
No,
exist.
just
Cool.
it's Samhain morning.
Okay, but where are
Yeah.
the bats?
Why not bat?
I mean, usually okay, too early. I think Gumi was going to recast Animate Dead in the morning, so she doesn't have to anymore.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
she actually, I was going to say, kind of has the staff next to her. I imagine she, grips it. She's like, ooh, staff.
And we slept with this thing in our arms.
So, I imagine holding the staff. Yeah, could you just roll a perception or insight, whichever is better?
I can imagine that thing's never leaving her grip ever again.
No, again.
Isn't it better -1? Don't get stuck in the...
Yeah, that
That's
gets so.
quite impressive.
I don't know how that's.
It's the dice slightly too big for the...
Ah, no.
Yeah.
no.
Like
Oh my god!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh god.
Oh, thank
You
you.
need a slightly smaller dice for that
I
one.
don't think I.
Or you can put it down there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
put it down the big
Yes.
tower.
Go on.
So, 0?
Probably.
That's a really nice looking knife. It did not like being stuck in there.
No, it was like, no, fuck you, you don't get me stuck in a box.
Insight's -1, perception's -1. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Can I ask a question to everyone?
Yeah.
Is anyone proficient with perception?
I don't know for sure.
I mean, technically, yes. I'm proficient in everything to a degree.
Oh, with Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
He might allow you that.
No,
because
I'm not proficient.
Yeah, I'm half proficient with perception.
Okay, so what I will allow is for you to roll perception.
I'm just excited. You do I?
9.
With what overall?
5 plus 4, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. These rolls are not going well, guys.
Well, I'll describe the only thing that he sees. You don't see this at all.
No.
Nobody else does.
I also want to point out, I'm the only one without dark vision.
Oh yeah, it is. I will say there's a little bit
Okay,
of light just coming through the top of the temple. It is dark, but there's a little bit of light. Also, I'd say the orb on the staff is slightly luminescent.
Okay.
A kind of bluish light comes off it.
Mm-hmm.
From the middle of the staff, out the corner of his eye, he thinks he sees just for a little second, just like a flicker of something. And it looks nothing. It's just a completely full blue colour.
Meanwhile, going, morning, friends.
It's like it was so quick, and he didn't. And upon looking, there was nothing. He almost could just think to himself that he just thought, sort of thought he saw something when really there was nothing there.
Mm.
It must have just been the wind.
Do my bats
That's a
have
good
the
song.
information that I wanted from them?
You have speak of animals at will.
Yeah.
So the bat starts speaking to you.
If you want to wait before, you're awake now. Speak.
You know what?
Basically, what I wanted them to tell me is I want a better idea of what is around in this area. So that's why I sent them all to just do the nighttime scouting for me.
Some of them, like about 5 of them, seem to have gone east.
Yeah.
And they report back. I guess I'll do a bit of a voice for them. Yes, Mistress Ravena, listen. We found empty building, big fortress. We found it. Nobody there, nobody. Frozen. Looked like it was destroyed. And then the other selection of them seemed to have gone south. They said, to the south. Thing. Magic thing. No longer frozen then. Beyond the river. Strange magic. You definitely get the vibe that they don't have the linguistic capability or the intelligence to know what they saw and explain it to you.
The one that I sent on her.
Not present.
That one isn't present. Okay. I assume I can tell the difference between all the bats. Like they all look a bit different.
Well, going through them, none of them match what you told that one to do. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I will remember that.
Just for reference, how many times can I speak to dead
And
things?
I will tell them to go and search the other directions for me as well.
I want to. Okay. Well, I'll let you know that you already kind of know what is to the north. Because you went there, that's where the cult was.
Yes.
To the west goes off a cliff into the ocean.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
So was it the east?
The east is where there's some.
East where there's a fortress, and the south there's like a magical non-frozen part. Yes.
Is the thing to east what we already went through? Or is that something where we've not been yet? I'm trying to picture out everything.
Well, Ravenna might remember that as you were travelling with Skadi, there was a fortress of some kind that she just went straight past.
Also, earlier in the campaign, I used a bat to take a map. Take that. It was a map of the list of the vampire hunter names back to my sort of homeland. Has that bat returned?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, I want to clarify what you're asking me. So are you asking me when you cast Speak with Dead?
No, with the staff. That's like,
Oh, it's unlimited.
oh, is it?
Yeah, I'd say it's like 1 per turn if you were in combat.
I can just speak to dead things.
Now, it's even kind of like, it's not even like the spell Speak with Dead. It's you actually are, because like, the Speak with Dead allows you to kind of recall the person that has died with their memory ending at the point they died. And it's kind of like a copy of them.
Yeah.
This is you summon up the soul wherever it is.
It could be up in heaven and just like drag straight back to here.
Yep. They go back after you.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they basically get resummoned in whatever state they're in, and you get to talk to them.
Sweet.
I will clarify, it only works on undead.
Yeah, kind of figured that.
Okay. With that, I guess everyone has woken up. It is early because you guys got to bed pretty early. It's like 5 a.m.
I mean, first things first, we have a god to go do a deal with, right?
Do we want to deal with that first, or go and deal with the Samhain thing first? Because we really should get there as early as possible. Because otherwise, it's just like Dad speaking to a god.
It's very important that we get a god. We don't need.
I'm just gonna say the fact that we all exist probably points in a direction that might not go well.
Esme's like, our dad's gonna fuck us.
Yeah, probably.
It's like the vibe I'm getting right now.
Either fuck or fuck it up.
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
The fuck will be involved in the sentence.
Yeah.
We're not sure where yet. Which I assume is how every other one of us encounters went.
Not wrong.
Yeah, exactly. We know his type.
I think we just know the fact that he's not good at decision making.
I mean, that too. That's equally important. The concern is if Loki gets free somehow before we get back, then we won't have a choice. Whereas if we make a deal with him now and then go deal with him, we have one god in the skip.
True, let's deal with it and try to be quick and yeah.
Alright.
Try to get there before noon.
Well, let's get on with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're collectively stepping out of the temple. Narala is awake.
We should probably bring the stuff with us, the orb and the god.
Yeah.
She's an elf, so she
Yeah.
maintains.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she just like looks over you. Oh, hey.
Hey,
Hi.
Can we borrow the gauntlet on the orb, please?
you see what he said we could.
She's like, yeah.
Thanks.
I already have the orb.
Well,
Okay.
Are you
no,
going
probably
to ponder it?
Yeah. Really?
She is a wizard. She can indeed ponder her orb.
Well, it's only. I mean, it's a short walk or a very short carriage ride.
Not what, because Brand needs to discuss his idea to use a devil contract to try and keep Loki in line.
Well, I think we're going to be teleported straight after this. We should probably take the carriage with us.
Yeah, we should probably take it with us anyway.
Okay, fine.
You could walk it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just...
Okay. So I guess you go up to Victor and I'm imagining Ravenna.
Now, where are we heading to?
Over to. So you're like. The distance between these two, like the Loki's prison and the temple, is like half a mile with that.
Okay, so we're getting in the carriage and driving back there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
We're driving back to the empty place with the guard in it.
You go on it, Mom. I just drives off.
Let me be in the carriage.
Oh, only you. Let's just take advantage of hearing. He heard that you wanted to walk.
Yeah, there you go. That's now I can discuss with...
I still have 10 bats following me around.
Yeah.
So the carriage, Victor at the front,
Yeah.
Ravenna is stately inside, and then just the bats chasing looking the most gothic shit ever.
Bats, we are the bats.
Dear. Once Ravenna takes a joyous ride, let's discuss this. So my plan is we use a double contract to bind Loki to our will, including using this item, and make it so that he cannot trick his way out of it until he has completed his duty.
Okay, and upon that, free him. And upon that, free him.
Fine.
I'm just saying, I don't think he'd accept it if that's not the case. He spent quite a lot of years strapped to a rock. I think he might be a bit patient.
We'll have to include a clause that he cannot then retroactively fuck up the plans that he's helped us complete. Okay, I'll note this down.
You got like fireworks coming out?
Yeah,
Shit.
Any objections
It
from
is
Colin
all.
about this idea?
As long as the contract isn't going to completely dick over either party and both parties get something out of it. If he gets his freedom after, if we get the place saved, it should be fine. Just be careful with the wording, because the way you had it worded, once he's finished his duties, he can't trick his way out of the contract.
My point is we'll have to include a clause that he cannot retroactively undo the work that he has done for us.
After the
He can still
agreement.
take us over without undoing the work.
I'm sure he can, but this is the whole point. This is why I'm going to get people who do this for a living on it. In hell.
It's not technically a living, is it, if you're in hell, because you're technically not living.
You get the idea.
I do have a bit of a question for you, Brandon. Just is exactly what means are you to?
Ring, ring.
Okay.
I'm going to ask Tiamat herself to send one of her best contract writers out.
Please let me
fine.
go. Please let me go.
Along with the new Igor.
To kill Tiamat.
Along with the new Igor.
When we said Igor.
Along with a new Igor, as long as there is also an actual competent contract writer.
No, just Igor, please.
The contract writing is now like an app that comes pre-installed on the Google.
It's Chat GPT, but only for demo contracts.
Okay.
So, to make a long story short, is Brand will try and get back in touch with Tiamat, explain why he needs a lawyer, essentially, and what purpose is going to serve.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Are you going to just do that on the? Are you going to do that when you're in front of Loki? Or...
Oh no, I'm going to do that on the way because I want to be sure we're prepared before we arrive.
Okay,
I don't-
fair enough. I guess we'll kind of cover that now then.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So I guess you get the ring out. Is that?
Yeah. Attempt to convert Tiamat. And least favourite activity.
Okay. Sure. You start using the ring.
Yeah.
Okay. So after a little bit longer than you're used to, there is a response. And you hear Tiamat on the other end. She sounds humanoid. She says, "Hello?"
Hi. Can I get one of your better lawyers? We want to make a deal with a god, and I want a bulletproof contract that we can use to control his actions. It will help with the plan if we write this right.
Okay. We'll play with your sister. Also, I'm sending a new ego.
Yes, Master! I will meet you soon, Master!
Where is she right now?
And she'll be with you.
That's fine. I think I know where I left her. She should be having fun. I told her to go have fun.
So, she seems to drop the connection.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as she said okay. She said ego.
If you, from the conversation, as being so brief,
Yeah.
you get a sense that she was busy.
Whenever she's in humanoid form, Brand assumes she's busy trying to fuck someone.
After, well, I guess you're walking. It's Colin hasn't really had much input in this conversation so far. He has a little bit.
Yeah, I have to call his input. He agreed as long as there's no fuckery about it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ravenna's ahead in the carriage.
Yeah, we're there in the carriage. Colin's there mostly just for supervision purposes to make sure nothing too out there happens. Like, he doesn't want anything to be massively unfair on either side, even though he knows, like, tricks to God.
I think an agreement that after the deal is made, neither party can interfere with the other party until someone does, and then that's broken.
Okay. So, as you're walking, about a minute passes, and the ring starts to sort of get hot and light up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is quite nice.
And it's actually too hot to hold.
Gee, that's for a reason.
And in the snow, it melts the snow around it.
Yeah.
And a sort of circle of fire appears. Oh yeah, Holly, we're gonna recall a character of yours, Holly.
what has Key Sisters been up to?
Sure. Here's your prompt.
Yeah.
She's been waging a war against a rival dragon cult
Nice.
underground for the last week.
Oh, okay. So she did succeed in kitting out the cult members and forming a warband.
Yeah, but that was going well. Recruitment sort of suddenly came to a halt, and most of your activities became obstructed as you came into direct conflict with some other kind of cult bearing the symbols of a platinum dragon.
Okay.
These holy warriors have been fighting you in the underground mines of the dwarves. And yeah, that's basically what you've been doing the last week.
Okay.
Suddenly you are pulled out of that completely, not in knowing what that was going to happen at all. It just happened. You're now in the frozen north. Stood next to you is a small imp. And on the other side is what you recognize as an ice devil, a giant insectoid made out of ice.
Okay.
And before you is your dear brother Brand.
Hello, all three of you.
Master, we've returned! We returned!
Excellent. Silence inside so you can say something.
Sorry for killing you.
This is a different one, don't worry about it.
Oh,
This is the slightly bigger one. It's in a bit of a different colour.
Okay, I'm glad you two got off to a great start this time.
It is in
no
full
killing
with
in
the
that
contract app.
But all of that is not in the podcast. Because you just like signed it and it's going completely silent.
I was told I couldn't speak!
Oh my god.
Like so, if you can speak if Tiamat's trying to contact.
I will probably. Does everyone know? I'll just describe it. So, I wish for you to imagine a sort of between a beetle and an ant, but it's a huge, standing on its back legs. Has some kind of like trident. It seems to be entirely made out of ice, and has huge kind of mandibles. Yes, and huge bug eyes. Obviously,
Yeah.
It's a proper insect thing. It looks around at all of the people here and goes, Lord Brand, are these your subjects?
Compatriots is the best way to put it. We're on a shared mission.
oh, siblings.
Long story, don't worry about it. The thing I need from you is a completely bulletproof contract to get a trickster god to do what we want to say for us.
A trickster god.
I know. A hard contract to write, I'm sure.
Definitely.
This is why I got the best my mother could find me. Long story short, we have a magical artifact that will bind him to our wills, but we need to agree to the terms of how long he will be wearing this item for, what he will do during and after, to make sure nothing can go wrong. He needs, for as much intent and purpose as possible, he needs to follow the intent of our instructions, not to try and subvert our will, all the things that you would think of that such a entity would attempt.
Okay. I will mention, by the way, you recognise this ice devil as Anchoron.
Is it
You've mostly only seen him when he's been helping Tiamat organise a contract.
very business relationship? So,
Yes.
Yeah.
He's always been very kind of blank, lack of emotion kind of guy. So, okay. The lot of you get walking. Casistus, I mean, though the interactions around you have happened, does she have any, thoughts?
I mean, what have you been up to, by the way?
I'm leading an army,
Really? You're leading an army?
and I'm going to war, and it was good, and then the platinum dragon turned up. I've forgotten how to do the voice for this character.
It's bad. This book is hilarious.
Yeah,
She's very pissed off right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, excellent work fighting for the for our cause. How much platinum dragon resistance are we talking?
Do you want to kind of...
Are they like proper holy warrior paladins, or are they another just cult of randos?
It's like there is a cult of randos being led by some actual holy warriors.
They have holy warriors, and
Oh, okay. Have you managed to train any of the cult members of yourself to the level to fight them, or are we needing some more firepower?
we need more people.
Alright, well guys, after we've dealt with this, I think I have a little side mission,
We really need to go back to
Yeah,
Samhain.
after all this is dealt with, we get this contract written, we get Loki to help us out, and then we go back to Samhain, and, if he even needs our help dealing with whoever he's dealing with,
Morrigan.
that one, then we'll do that. If not,
Also, I think we're going to need all the help we can get with the apocalypse happening.
well, you see,
So feuds might need to be put on hold so we don't
Oh.
all die.
just listen, hear me out. I go wipe out this competing cult, and then my cult is free to help you with the.
We are on a timeline. A
Yes.
very short timeline, then end the world.
So let's just make sure we push all
Priorities.
paladins out of the city that matters, and then it won't matter.
Well, we can do this first and then have a discussion.
Yeah, no offense, but knowing your side of the family, I don't know who's the actual bad guys in that scenario.
It's very obvious he's from hell.
He's from hell, and if he's related to her, and she's fighting an army, which side of the army is the good side of the army?
Put it this way, I'm going to go.
Objectively, it is the other side, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so she is leading an evil army, yes.
Yeah.
He's literally defined by evil.
This giant bug man is just like, yeah.
By the way, what's your name?
My name is Anchoron.
Nice to meet you, Anchoran and MMerrett.
Look, he's here to do business. Keep the formalities to a minimum.
It was very useful the fact that you turned up somewhere that's really cold. It's very icy. That's quite cool. Literally.
Oh, it's painful. Look, Gamira, let's just get this contract written up and not worry about any extras.
Okay.
And after we're done with our business, I have my own business to deal with. She's been fighting for the cause that's behind. Not you guys. I mean,
I should warn you, Brand, you only have me for the next hour and a half.
Okay, yes, contract.
understood. Right, let's get this contract sorted out. I'll give you the outline of what we need, and you tell me if you need more details.
I will also point out to podcast listeners that he did look at a watch that wasn't there.
Watches do not exist in this.
This isn't just a sundial sticking off his wrist.
It literally looks at his wrist.
Yeah. Right. So the long and short of it is we need Loki to obey us and follow the intent of our instructions whilst under our command. After he's released from our command after completing his duties, he is not to interfere with our plans in any way, shape or form, or interfere with us in any way, shape or form. He is not to undermine any work he's previously done. Any other terms and conditions? Come on guys, can't just be here.
Can we make sure that he doesn't matter with anyone related to us in any way, shape, or form. Because if he's only limited to us, that does not exclude friends and family.
This is something we need to make sure that this is watertight, nothing could go wrong.
He can't.
Secondly, he can't come out of our control until everything we say he needs to do is done.
I'm assuming you've walked up to the carriage.
Yeah.
probably.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm not. I'm a Hirami. Arami, not
They've,
here.
they've just got
Yeah,
up to
we've got
the.
here, I'm
Do you see there are
talking
new
about-
people? There's Igor. Is back.
Just Hugo pulls up
There is
the bat carrying
there is
the
like
ride.
some kind of blue half dragon lady.
I can imagine Rebecca steps out like like the celebrity getting off the red carpet.
I could see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a big icy bug person.
We're writing the contract to make sure Loki does as he's told. Any input?
He can't come near my kingdom.
I think I should go for all that kingdoms, to be honest. Not that he's. Maybe he gets out, I don't know. These things, people do weird things. I should come under not messing with us as well, to be fair. But you get the idea of this. Any other further stipulations you guys think will be necessary?
Not I can think of on top of my head. We should probably go down
Oh,
with
what,
to
one important thing is that you can only follow the command from any of us four.
That should be doable.
I'm trust you to get that written up. We'll just need him to agree to sign it. His reward for completing the condition is freedom from
the gauntlet.
the gauntlet and his current imprisonment.
Is the current imprisonment expected to be lifted during the contract?
Yes.
It is expected that he will not go back but
He
upon
will-
completion of the
After putting the gauntlet on and then he'll release from his actual prison at the moment.
So you said ego couldn't speak, nothing about making noises.
But there.
Ego just starts beatboxing.
Oh, what if I could?
Please continue.
Yeah, so he will be released from his current containment once he's wearing the gauntlet and under our control. And it is expected upon completion of his duty that he will then be released from that current imprisonment as well as the
So-
gauntlet.
Duty is helping to stop apocalypse and save people. Didn't he?
I figure to be more flexible in our terms that we should say that we will declare when his duty is done.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. That should be fine. Fairly standard contract, really. The only problem is in trying to make sure that there's no loophole for a trickster god to
This is-
abuse.
Exactly why I to you.
It should be part of the contract that it is obligatory for this being to wear the gauntlet in the first place.
Yes.
Of course. You see, this is why I get people who do this for a living.
So, you're all stood outside of Loki's prison again.
Mm-hmm.
The door is still to the side, massive building because it's made for giants. Very plain, big snake depiction inside,
Mm-hmm.
and a hole in the ground.
Yeah, like I say, once the contract's written up, we'll wander down. I'll keep, I can't remember his name already.
Anchor on.
Keep Anchor on around, well, unless we've expired his time, but until Loki is actually starting the contract in case we need to negotiate details.
You still have a fair while.
Yeah, good, because I can imagine Loki wants to negotiate some details.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, it's short time crawling through the rocky crevice. You find Skadi is sort of sat nearby Loki's rock.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they've been, well, mostly Loki's been talking at her. And Skadi's been mostly ignoring him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As you walk into the room, Skadi's eyes kind of brighten up and she goes, "Oh, so happy you're all here."
Hello, we have a plan for how to get Loki to actually help us.
There's a devil here.
Yes, he's part of the plan to get Loki to actually help us.
Very good at making contracts.
He is one of the greatest contract writers I know. He will make sure Loki does exactly as he's told for as long as he's told.
Actually, there's 2 devils here.
Well, yes. That's beside the point. The other one's...
Ego just starts there and just goes,
He can't speak.
Okay, let me stipulate again, Igor. Silence. Unless Tiamat is trying.
To clarify, he said, unless Tiamat is trying to contract me.
Contact.
Oh, contact.
yes.
Oh, that's different.
With this ego comes with a silent mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Put him in do not disturb.
And that's a strong.
Well, no, do not disturb is different to silent mode.
Hmm. Okay. Well, Loki obviously hears this bit of conversation. He looks over like, oh, so you want to make a deal with me?
Yes, we know it's
Yes.
televised, but apocalypse, so we can do.
Don't make a deal. I'm going to make the most sound deal I can.
Ah, when it's the least convenient, that's how I like to interact with people.
Look, at the end of the day, if you fulfill your end of this contract, I'm sure we can release you from this rock. So I'm sure you will appreciate that the benefit is worth it.
Oh, I'll almost certainly be taking a deal if it involves me not being on this rock anymore.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly the point I thought I'd make to you. So, if you'd like to present the contract, I'll point to
Yeah, so he just starts. Anchoron comes up to Loki.
Yeah.
And he starts reading this contract that he seems to have already written, and he's saying it very, very fast, such that it's actually very difficult for you to keep up and listening to what he's saying. It's like in the advert right at the end, the terms and conditions being run incredibly quickly.
Yeah.
I've got a headache now.
Imagine Brand's like barely keeping up because he's had to deal with his whole life.
Yeah. Loki seems to register all the details quite quickly himself, and he kind of holds up his hand for a second and goes, what gauntlet?
This gauntlet? Yes.
It's part of the contract that I wear it.
Yes.
Yes.
What does it do? And at this point, Anchoron just goes, it will allow them to completely control you, assuming they are holding this orb.
Hey.
Right, go on.
And then
He's like,
do the rest of it.
and upon reading, he goes, yes, quite a foolproof little contract there. Not used to dealing with mortals that come along with infernal magic contracts.
Didn't think it would be.
No.
But we're not about to be shortchanged on the end of the world.
Kind of new. You really get this kind of like he's looking around. You really get the sense he's just trying to see a loophole.
Camille's just looking into the orb.
Speaking of Gamera, please.
Gamera does not want to give up the orb.
You're far too kind, Loki will manipulate you.
You're far too evil. You will make him do terrible things.
I'll make him do what is necessary and you know you have my word.
We could go with the middle ground here.
who is the most neutral party member and have them do it?
I still think you could trouble.
I've had my fair share of trying to trick people. I know the tales to look out for. I'm not going to be too evil. I won't be too kind to be confused. And I'm not going to try to get his blood drunk either.
You know what,
You know
Colin?
what this gauntlet does?
You know what, Colin? I think I will have to agree with you on this one. But Gamera, please. Colin.
When the gauntlet's put on, I will.
No, before.
Then I will flight of hand to just take off.
What can Gamera doing? Gamera can do athletics or
Or just the metal dice they've not rolled
sleight
well
of hand.
before.
What is that?
23.
Oh!
What'd you get?
That'll be 20.
It's pretty good. I like that. I like. There's no way this is coming out of my hand.
12.
Yeah.
And he just somehow manages to somehow do something where he spins the orb and he manages to
But
get it
you
out
are
of your
taller
hand.
than Gamera, so I imagine you're literally doing this and you think you're holding it up.
And she's like, no.
I tap you on one shoulder, you look away, just swipe.
Yeah. So this Loki then goes, okay, I would like 2 stipulations. One, I would like it if Colin is the one to hold the orb, have it on his person at all times.
We've also come to that conclusion ourselves.
Counter stipulation: in the case that Colin becomes unconscious and can no longer control you,
I can.
you're last on the list.
I would very much like it if Gamera was the second on the list.
Order will then fall to me.
I think
Okay, fine. Gamera first, then Ravenna.
Loki,
What is this?
I would like it if it was a stipulation that Ravenna never has it on.
I think that's fair. I think that's completely fair. You do
Okay, fine.
I mean, like, you know I'm not using that for good.
In the event that Colin, myself, and Gamera fall unconscious and no one give you instruction, you have to follow our last instruction.
healers.
If that's our last instruction, then yes, of course you will.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Alright. Colin will
And
be the default bearer.
there's just something else. I would like it if there was a little bit more description, a little bit more definition of what my duties actually will be.
Primary duty, preventing the apocalypse.
Could you be more specific? Like,
We needed the help of a trickster god to help protect.
Is there anything I could figure out about what exactly needs to be done?
Well,
What I've heard.
do you want to know, like, off Amaramp's plans?
Yeah, the plans.
So
Well-
the plan as it stands is the best we've got.
Well, the thing is that he actually intends to let the regular apocalypse happen, but is then intending to do some kind of effect that will prevent the cycle from continuing, and protect a particular city with all the people in it.
Yeah, so I mentioned this, and then my job, help prevent the apocalypse if possible, but the first one is the main priority.
Right. So it's a kind of, so the clause would say something like, basically help with Amaramp's plan,
Yeah.
and if that fails, then prevent the
Help prevent.
the catastrophe.
Yes.
But honestly, if the plan does fail, we might all die anyway. So, well, not even die, cease to exist.
I mean, who knows? If we end up getting 2 trickster gods to help us out, we might even expand the radius, save the entire world. Who knows?
Wishful thinking, but
Yeah. Point half full.
okay. That seems like conditions set. There's the primary condition and a secondary condition are satisfactory.
That's better. I think before it was just whatever you wanted, which is that's pretty broad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Although you will have control over me with that orb anyway.
Of course.
Mainly insurance. We won't be stuck to a rock. Get food and
You will have your
fun.
freedom, sure. This is more just to make sure you're not screwing anything up and making sure you're helping us.
Yeah, I mean,
The reason I have it that we both agreed to is so that these guys aren't doing too many things to you.
and also when it comes to fun, we don't like murder, but I think robbery we're fine with.
I mean, damn. Okay, but yeah.
Which Loki's just like, oh, I like robbery.
Oh, hold on. Having robbery and you know, stealing from the rich to help the poor.
I get
Especially if the rich are already helping the poor. They don't need to be stolen from. There's a difference between tyranny and upper class.
I have read about heists and they seem like fun.
That is a good thing to say. Yeah.
I don't steal things. I can own what I want.
Now, you see, that sounds like stealing.
It's
If it's
already.
not already yours, then you can't own it.
I guess it's already part of the stipulations that, well, if any of you attack me, then the contract would be over unless
I'm pretty
I had
sure.
already broken the contract. So
If I'm not
Yes.
included in this contract, there's nothing to stop me hurting
No,
him.
you're still in the contract. You just
no,
not
you're
have your-
explicitly in the contract.
I am not allowed
It's
to.
not even states you can't eat from him.
Oh, an additional stipulation: if anyone else acquires the orb, I don't know if this contract is strong enough to override it, but don't follow the orb's command. Would we? And I'll talk to my dad about that. Like, do you think this would be enough to override that orb's power? Do you think the contract would be strong enough?
The
Can
devil.
I work that? Try and work that out.
Yeah, you can if you want.
What? That I can't try and eat Loki.
No, that if someone else gets control of the orb.
24.
You know that if someone is holding the orb and someone is wearing the gauntlet, unless the person is of unusual, amazing will, they won't be able to resist their commands.
So you can't resist the commands at all unless you have like amazing will. What do you mean you're a god?
A trickster
So
god at that.
maybe.
But then the orb would
But-
do nothing anyway.
I think you'd still probably have to try. I think that's the key.
And
Um,
obviously, the contract is here to make sure he follows our orders anyway.
He's like starts speaking and then the devil just says the stipulation would be that Loki must try to resist. If it says that he must resist, then any failure would immediately end the contract.
Yes, we
Okay.
must try to resist.
Try to resist the best of his ability. Yeah.
He's just etching that.
This is why I brought you.
Then the devil's like looking around him. Is there anyone else you might want to list any stipulations about in the contract?
What if we included Dad?
I don't know if I can trust him.
From what I've heard and from what we've met, he seems okay.
Doesn't mean we can trust him. We don't know him well enough.
What if he needs to be the one holding the orb to get the trickster god to do their power
Well,
though?
then that technically would be helping with the plan.
Or, don't look, this might break things in the future. But if somebody else was holding the orb at the same time as one of us, would it still work?
Loki sort of looks around for a second and goes, I'd like some kind of stipulation that means that you can't abuse some kind of loophole allowing other people to control me because they're not listed in the contract. And
That is
Yes,
reasonable.
I think
We
we
could put
will.
that stipulation in, but I would also assume we'd then put in Amaranth to make sure if something happens to all four of us, he
Okay,
can still
what about
potentially
Amaranth
use it.
fourth then after Gamera?
I'm just gonna
I
say,
still
like,
don't like it though. I'm telling you that.
I'm just gonna say, we will try to the best of our abilities to keep the orb within our custody.
Seems like a reasonable kind of stipulation.
okay, that's covered. Loki's sort of looking around. He's sort of double reading the contract.
Mhm.
It's been handed to him. He's like, I'm not going to pretend that I love this,
You don't have to.
but I do think this is a big improvement on my circumstances. So I think I will have to accept.
Not to mention, in the lifespan of a god, this contract's relatively short term.
This really is like.
He then looks at it again and goes, is it Anchoron? Yeah? And Anchoron's like, yes, that is my name. It's like, I'd like you to get rid of this bit that you've written invisibly and infernal. And he's just like, he takes it and he goes, it says verbatim, and if you end this contract intentionally or by some means through other people that are your minions or otherwise engaging in your will, then your soul belongs to Tiamat. you want me to get rid of that? Loki's like, yes, actually, I would like you to get rid of that
Yeah, I
bit.
feel like no soul stuff.
He's like, oh,
Damn it.
I'm sorry, that's standard, really.
It really is.
He
Come
just
on, yeah.
scrapes that out.
That was already printed on the paper before you started writing.
Represent the watermark.
Yeah, it is literally printed on every contract.
He's like, well, okay, well, who should the soul belong to then?
No souls.
The soul will belong to the original party unless the contract has failed, in which case.
Come on, no soul stuff.
Me.
I would very much
No.
like if there was no soul stuff. Yes.
Okay, fine. For assistance, the soul will remain with the original owner.
Like he then goes, huh. So the devil's sort of thinking for a second. He's like, there needs to sort of be a stipulation on something that happens if the contract is ended
I agree.
intentionally by the party.
We can still have that type of
What if-
stipulation.
what
It's
if-
not So it's like,
I was going to say, what if the contract is ended intentionally and he just remains permanently within our control?
That works.
or considering that part of the reason he wants to get this contract is to escape imprisonment, but the stipulation could just be if he intentionally ends the contract, he would just be in prison forever. Clearly, part of the reason we're making this deal with him is to free him from the prison. Clearly, it's the last thing he wants.
It's true. I would much prefer to get the soul in the war, but I understand that's not done.
I mean, it's like a probation period.
But if you have him just be your minion, then you have a god as your minion.
The devil like looks over at the gauntlet. He goes, the gauntlet is capable of imprisoning the figure for essentially forever. So
Yeah, that works.
he etches in that. So the contract seems to be like finished. It's quite long. His form of the contract is basically like it is like a scroll, but it's made of ice, and it's written in Infernal.
Yeah.
So you're only able to read it if you can. Infernal.
I assume Brand would know Infernal.
I think you do.
Yeah, if I don't, I should.
I mean, I could always cast comprehend languages.
Let me go check. I'm curious.
I'm pretty sure you do.
Yeah.
I do as well.
Yeah, I don't naturally, but I'll leave it for
Common,
now.
Draconic, and Infernal.
Hmm.
So yeah, Brand can read his contract.
Yeah. Loki also is just looking over it like, right, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, I'm... Yeah, you know what, kiddos, you kind of got me. I'm ready. And he holds out his hand.
Put it on.
Okay. He also, like, with his other hand, just signs the contract.
Mm.
And then, as you put the gauntlet onto his hand, chains appear around and go down his arm and across his chest and onto the other arm, wrapping a kind of, what do you call that? Like sleeves of chains appear. And he looks at it like,
So keep up your end of the bargain, you'll be through of it before you know it in God terms.
I feel anger in this thing. Well, okay. He just kind of gestures like you. So you're gonna.
Yeah, come on, let's get him through.
So then Sky's like, "Yeah, okay, and just grabs the intestines that he's wrapped around with, and just pulls them off. It doesn't even seem like it takes much strength or anything. She just kind of does it.
Yeah.
And then she just splats them against the wall. And then Loki sort of stands up, and he's like, "Ooh, I'm stood up anymore."
I need a stretch.
Okay. He kind of gestures around his like collar, and he's in kind of like it's sort of leather battle gear. Bit of a cloak around him as well. And then he's just stood there like, huh, right, so And then Ankron's like looking at him, and then looks at you, and he disappears. He turns into mist.
Yep.
Right, so we're going to go to a party?
Yes, let's go.
Yeah.
And at this point, Casistus is thinking to herself, why the fuck am I here?
Yeah. she is just like angrily seething in the corner.
Yeah, that's fair. Francie just like, look, I know you had your whole war thing. Tiamat said we had to play. We've got to deal with it.
Where we're going, we kind of have to be polite.
Play. I'm pretty sure she's an adult.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, but, you know. Tiamat's a god who's lived for much longer than he.
They are both. They are both children
Why
to her.
don't you guys just have a very quick snowball fight? And then we can leave.
I want to kill things.
No, that's not what we're doing.
Aggressively brandishes. I don't know what weapon we
She had
said
a
she
spear.
had. Should I do? I was like a
Do you
spear.
need to get it out of your system? We're going to throw hands right now.
And also, yeah. So for a second or two,
Yeah.
this conversation happening, like where he disappeared, like a small sort of misty, icy portal sort of appears for a second, and he comes through and he goes, "Technically, you have me for 5 minutes. Technically, she is bound to play with you, and then she may go back." And then,
Oh, okay, well, there you go. You know, thank you for that. Right, we played snowball fight, you're going to go
Fine. What are her stats again? Is it the Blue Dragon Gladiator?
yes,
Yeah, that's funny.
that's her stat line now.
So I'm guessing as we were going upstairs for the snowball fight to happen, I'm just going to say, I'm going to put money on Van to win this. I said, no. Remember, you are snowy today.
Yes.
We're giving resistance, yeah, we're giving resistance to the snow. Although it's not that we need to cold that.
So it's going to be the sheer impact.
Yeah.
I didn't prepare
there
that
it is.
catapult today, that's to say.
Ah,
Yeah, there's the stuff. Yep.
What counts as a win in a snowball fight?
I was going to say, technically Blade Ward would help because a snowball hitting you is bludgeoning.
for God's sake.
I guess.
Am I allowed to put rocks in the snowballs?
I mean,
So
that's
we'll do it.
up to you two.
First to 5 snowball hits wins.
Okay,
I
sure.
think we're being very loose with what snowball is, because it's just you two. I think that's quite simple.
The best part is, I could just be on the sidelines and just keep shouting vicious mockery.
I'll tell you what.
You gotta just start like with both hands making a big snowball.
Here's how I think we should do this.
Go.
Partially it's a bit streamlined, but also we can kind of formulate a bit of a storyline.
Yeah.
So Holly and Bran both just roll by ranged like throwing attacks. So
Okay.
strength
does
based.
strength? Okay. I've
So
got a
you
+7 strength.
She
I know
would
that's a
have
saving throw.
She would have +7 to hit.
So what's the bonus for ranged attacks? Next dex.
So if it's throwing, it's strength generally.
Oh, it's strength. Okay. There you go.
I can make
Yeah.
2 range attacks.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just rolling 5 snowballs.
Yeah.
Now, am I proficient in snowball throwing?
Yeah, I'm gonna count you both as being proficient.
Cool.
It's like a simple weapon.
Okay, that's cool. So yeah, so +5 strength plus what with my proficiency at the minute. It must be a lot.
+3.
What's so you remember? So yeah, Holly, roll yours, and
Okay.
remember your results. So you're just rolling 5 of them.
Okay. So that's 15, and then does that go off my
So add the 7, so you're at 22.
22?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's a 4.
No, it's +7. I've got
Okay.
7 overall to hit.
7,
So you have 14.
17,
So 24,
18,
25.
Nice.
4.
So 11.
Okay.
What's your AC?
My AC is. Where's my AC? 18.
So 3 of the snowballs that she throws hit.
My AC is
Her AC is 16.
16, yeah.
D20, there's one.
I'm going to roll 5 at once.
I don't have 5, I think I have 5.
Oh, I definitely have.
I guess that's fine.
How many are you at right now?
3.
Oh, 4, 5.
Oh, there you go. Come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what you got?
I got a. It's +5 plus. You say proficiency bonus is +3.
Yeah, because we're both 6/6.
Where? Oh,
It would be because I get double my proficiency.
that is how it works.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
Weird.
So that'd be 2 + 8, so 10. 12. 28. Is that right? No, sorry, not 28. 26.
Okay.
20. 17.
Did any of those go below 16?
Yeah, 2 of them
Yeah,
did.
2 of them below 16.
So I think they both hit 3 times, right?
Okay. Nice. You're both like going back and forth. You both like miss 2, but you both get 2 solid, like 3 solid hits each.
Yeah.
So it's neck and neck.
Tiebreaker snowball.
Yeah. Okay. I tell you what. Roll initiative each.
There you go.
So you.
That's a 4.
She has.
Do I get into +2
+2
initiative?
+6.
Yeah.
So.
I got a 9 + 1.
So Brandon will go first. We're into sudden death. So
13 + 8, that's 21.
which hits?
Yeah.
So and now the final like throwing back and forth. No, not Ollie did.
Oh,
So the
okay.
final throwing back and forth. A solid snowball hits her in the face, and she feels like she's lost the snowball fight. She's
Yeah.
annoyed. She's cold. And she wishes she was killing dwarves in a mountain.
So I'm gonna go kill 2 dwarves just for this.
There you go, let that rage feed you. Back on the honourable battle.
She's gonna just go and shoot lightning down the whole ass dwarf corridor.
Yeah.
So she just is like, and pouts,
Yeah.
and is annoyed, and like starts walking off, and then she disappears as the like circle of fire appears around her, and she just like
Nice.
turns into smoke. Igor is still there.
Yep.
In silence, because he can no longer make
Yeah.
a noise, has shapeshifted into a rat. In rat form, squeezed into the ring itself, so the ring is around his neck, and then turned back into Igor.
That's how he did it. That's how he did it.
Well, yes, you have the communications. You have to do that directly.
I
Yeah.
start just incessantly tapping you on your shoulder.
The brand punches the new Igor in the face.
You gotta put a few cracks in the new one when you get it right.
I mean, yeah, if it's already damaged, you don't care about the new ones.
Yeah.
Well, you did play with your sister.
Yes.
It's
Contract fulfilled.
and Loki is there going, right.
You want the ration? Got food?
Well, I haven't eaten anything in a long time, but I prefer something tastier than that.
Oh, well, we're going to a party, so we probably get a lot of nice food there.
Going to a party?
Yeah, it's like
It's more like a town festival.
Well, I know little about this. You seem to know more about it than I do.
I just heard festival, so I assume party.
Yeah, it's pretty much a big town thing. You see, around this time, it's to do with spirits and all that, right? Because it's
Yeah, it's literally like the spirits of the dead come out of this nearby cave and visit everyone again.
So it's like Halloween crossed with Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
right up Guru.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Hmm.
Also, we're speaking to another goddess.
Like, okay.
Morgan.
Like I say, you two might get along, or maybe
Okay.
not.
It depends. How are you with other trickster goddesses?
Can't say I've met one. That sounds sexy.
Oh, we'll see.
Right, okay, we'll get in the circle.
Yeah, come on.
He's like, oh.
That
I mean,
boy.
look, unless you can do this better when you're doing this.
He's like, not really a magic transportation guy.
Then we're doing it this way.
Okay. So you're getting everything.
Yeah.
You may recall that the carriage doesn't really fit unless you miniaturize it first. So you're reducing it in size, putting your pets on it because it's funny, and then getting everyone in the circle. Okay. Sure. Sky's looking like.
You want to come?
I gotta go find a guy.
Fine.
Yeah.
Have fun with that. We're going to go try and prevent the end of the world.
Loki kind of just looks over and just like big smile. It's like
Betty's ecstatic.
waving.
Yeah.
Hi.
If you ever need help, you know where to find us.
It's follow the centre Loki.
You might not be with us the entire time.
Well, that's tough luck for him.
She then starts skiing northward.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're teleporting to Crauchan.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Here we go.
So, a little bit of an update for Holly. Everything was agreed, and you're teleporting to Crauchan.
Okay.
Okay. First thing that happens as you appear in the space is that you quickly realize that you are all in an attic.
Mm-hmm.
And
They
the carriage
probably
is going to
moved
be a
it.
problem pretty quick.
It's better way.
So, I'm imagining Victor almost just knows the score.
Yeah.
He's like, right!
I'm pretty sure Victor ran out with it last time.
Deja
He
vu.
carved that window, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a window.
Yeah.
It has this seems to be more of a slightly more modern building that you're probably more accustomed to. But a thatched roof and rafters in it.
Yeah.
And there is a window, it's just no glass or anything, it's just got wooden what do you call it?
Slats.
Not even slats.
Oh, I know. Yeah, the doors that open on the window. I can't remember what they're called.
Oh.
They have a name.
Yeah, the ones
Yeah.
that have tornadoes.
What are they called?
Shutters?
Yes. Yes.
The wooden shutters.
Yeah.
So, okay.
With the carriage.
So I guess he just jumps out with it.
Yeah.
I guess roll athletics for him.
Alright.
And in other news, because that's going to happen now. In other news, obviously your horse is there.
Don't let me down. I'm keeping that 19.
Yeah, good enough. You land not too badly.
Mm-hmm.
Not subtle by any means.
The guy just jumped out with a carriage that's about to expand. It's not meant to be subtle.
No. You don't want anyone nearby when that thing goes. Whoop.
Okay, we should probably leave really quickly because the person who owns this house is probably really mad and I don't know who owns it.
We've been through this before.
I'm going to quickly announce what's sort of happened. So, first of all, almost immediately, Battery in your hands or on the carriage, obviously jumps off the carriage into your hands, and then stares really intently into the corner and goes, "Meow." And
What can you see?
there appeared to be nothing there until Amaranth reveals himself.
Yes.
He seems to then holster his sword and go, it's Zulon.
Hello. Guess who we've brought?
If I had a quick regard,
I still have 10 bats just around me.
Wait, you have a trickster god and you got the staff?
Yeah.
Oh.
We might be a ragtag team, but we're not incompetent.
Yeah, good work. Okay, well,
Maybe you don't have to call the big scene with a god. unless you want two gods working on this, which could
That could
maybe
be fun.
I was going to say, if True Gods helped you with this, what could we extend the range?
It's more the well, yes, that in a way, yes, the range. Not so much the range of protection, but more the range of the message. You know, to get everyone in.
Oh,
okay,
right,
yeah.
yes. I mean, that could be just as useful, saving even more people.
Oh, you definitely.
He's like, so he's just like pointing at him, and Loki's like, hello,
Yes, please introduce yourself.
I am Loki, the trickster god. I like to take the piss.
Oh, the skeleton definitely go along with this.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, okay.
He's been trapped for a while, but we've agreed a contract with him. He will be working with us.
Ooh,
So we have one god definitely on site.
it's cool. He's got some gear on him.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
kind of part of the contract. He's wearing that
Give me a-
job. What? Why?
Are you keeping secrets from me?
We're trying not to. You see, as you all know, Trickster God, Trickster's in their name, not the most trustworthy. This is pretty much just insurance on our part.
Okay, as long as he's on side. So, and then he's just looking outside at the carriage and stuff, and there are a few people that have sort of seen this, and he's just like, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, we can't be very stealthy with that thing. It takes it everywhere. I can kind of get why.
It's very useful.
It is very.
But having one less flying horse is
Makes
a
it less
complication.
Live horse. You know, it's kind of interesting, actually. There was a guy in town who, well, he has an interesting costume, I think. Yeah, check him out. So people are dressed up. It's Samhain, you know. Dressed up like spirits and demons and things.
I think this counts then.
Yeah, you maybe... it's pretty hard to... Maybe people would probably have to be pretty stupid to think that that's a costume, if I'm being honest. But, you know... Maybe.
If you said I was being in costume, it's just me.
Yeah.
Costume does sound fun.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to have a costume, sure. I didn't even think about that. You know, I could have a costume.
I was going to say, I don't have like a spare dress that I could just be like,
I mean,
we're all spooky where I come from.
I guess you don't, but like,
I guess I don't, yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to think of what you could make your bats into a cloak and be like, yeah, sure.
Living costume. There you go.
I'm just going to put a bat on your head.
Because like I say, this is just where Colin's from, right? Colin could just go home and get outfits.
I'm also
He
going to
probably
put a
has an
bat.
outfit at home anyway.
I'm going to go around putting bats on everybody's head. Because it's like,
Can
oh,
you give me 5 different coloured ones?
I mean, what colour are my bats?
So just pink.
He sort of looks out the window and says, yeah, lots of people dressed up. Nothing, well, no sign of Morrigan at the minute.
Mm.
But I'm sure she's going to show up.
Does she usually show up as like in costume? Does she just show up as herself?
Well, sometimes people are there dressed like her, which can be a bit confusing, but there's a sort of sense that one of them is actually her.
Right, blending in plain sight.
Yeah.
Very tricksterish. Anyway, now that we are back home, if you excuse me, I've probably got somewhere to be, and I just start heading home.
Oh, screw that guy.
He's just like, oh, you're up to...
Colin, you won't be able to give instruction if you're off home, or please.
No. Does the orb have a range limit?
It's more that if you're not with us,
Not that
we
you're
can't
aware.
instruct Loki to act on our behalf.
I'll get the gist of it. But it's alright, I've got a costume to pick up.
Also, there's food and drink outside, and while we wait, we might as well have fun.
It is a festival, there's food and drink stalls everywhere.
New food, Brand. New food.
And I was like, there is new food. It's very nice.
I don't appreciate that I'm being exploited by this, but you know I like food.
Uh-huh.
It's going to get changed. We might as well have some fun. Oh.
Okay, so you go about. What you see.
After Cullen leaves, by the way, I'm going to instruct the eagles follow him invisibly and try and take the orb.
Okay. Isn't this like? Well. Okay.
Kind of functional contract.
I love it.
It does a bit, but
Yeah, because Eagle definitely wasn't stipulated. So Eagle can't. Okay. Well, the stipulation was you would only be able to control Loki
Yes.
if I was unconscious. If you're holding the orb, but I'm still perfectly awake.
I can't do anything with it, yeah.
Yeah.
It also means you can't do anything with it.
Well, I was given the control of the orb because I wouldn't do anything with it.
I know.
So I remember just like as you're kind of walking out, he goes, I was sort of thinking I would lay low, but maybe if I'm in a costume, yeah. And then he goes, oh, but you're going to your mum's?
I mean, I'd be sure she'd be more than happy to see you again.
I'm putting a bat on
Think?
Amaranth while he's distracted.
She spoke very highly of you a lot of the time. It's how I got to know you, and I love you.
It's very
Besides-
experienced what I have.
Besides, we got plenty of outfits. I'm sure we can borrow some.
Like, yeah, okay. Maybe that's okay. Sure.
Just Colin starts having parent crap fantasies.
Oh no. Well, I guess you all start walking. So as you're walking to your place, you probably remember the street where a certain raven did certain things.
Are we back in the starting
I have
point?
instructed this eagle no going without my permission.
Crauchan,
Oh, yeah.
where you got drunk.
Yes. Eagle has, oh, yeah. Eagle has turned into a bird and murdered a child
Yeah.
twice.
Yes.
I had a nip every time.
Well, as you're on the way, there's lots and lots of stalls that are selling lots of things. Mostly it's like food. Mostly. Other things, it's like very much tricks, services, performances, that kind of thing. Oh, she's so sneaky. Sorry. That was very...
Your still has a cold.
Yeah,
Camille's still got a cold from being up north.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You also note things like people seem to be sort of they're doing kind of like more ritualistic, spiritual kind of stuff. But yeah, a lot of different costumes. You do note that this guy that Amaranth, you probably mentioned, you probably this guy, and he's like all in kind of black clothing. It's very kind of almost semi-regal. Very like nice long hat. And the weird thing about it though is that whatever he's done, it's like some kind of effect. Maybe it's a trick of the costume, or maybe it's like illusion magic. But he sat on his horse that's also black, and the horse's head is floating slightly far away from the body, and his head is in his like lap. And he's holding in one hand just on it, as he's sort of riding around, looking at everything.
That's an impressive costume.
It's a very cool costume. The other people dresses all sorts of things. You do see quite a few Morrigans. You do see like one person who seems to be dressed up like a dragon person.
Yeah. Dragon people representation.
Scalies.
Yeah, it's like, there's this kind of weird moment when this person kind of looks at you. They're in like this green, like dragon mask,
Yeah.
looks over at you and goes, "Whoa, man! Really good costume. Damn!" Like his costume's actually like pretty good,
Yeah.
but it's still clearly a costume.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whereas he's just like looking at you like, "Wow, really? Like, that's some good stuff. Damn, I got some work to do."
Thanks. And Garrett's still around and be like, see people guided by it.
Everyone's just like,
While all this is happening, can I say that Ravenna has just grabbed Victor
yeah.
and said, "We're gonna go have fun." And basically, I'm just dragging my manservant along. Like, people are celebrating spooky stuff. Like we are spooky things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
With our little bat to get
Like, Victor's
playing
being dragged in the
tag.
sense that she clearly can't overpower him, but she's also his boss, so like, he's following behind.
Also, yeah, people are looking at the skeletons and being like, "Whoa!" They also see you and go, "Oh, that's cool." Like that look you got, that's cool.
What do you mean, what look?
That's like some kind of elf, but like some.
I
kind
am
of...
an elf.
Oh, okay, but you like done some kind of like thing where you.
No, I'm drow.
I don't know what that is.
I live underground. We're
Oh, cool.
different elves.
Huh?
Let's look like.
Come here. Come here. Just come here. Come here.
What about drow?
Just come here.
No, drow thing. What?
A lot of townsfolk don't get out. Just say thanks that the costume looks really cool and
Costume.
Oh, I got
Hey everybody, I'm really a vampire.
Come here.
Yeah?
Tell them you're a character actor.
No.
It's not a lie, and it's a vague thing that makes
See,
sense.
this holiday with spooky stuff. I want to find spirits.
That's later in the
I
evening.
can speak. Oh, okay. I can speak to them now.
It's probably good, but it's later in the evening
No, I
that
really can.
come about.
or maybe put on a costume so people think that your costume looks cool because you've got a cool costume.
There is, is the bat still on your head?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, you very like seem to be mostly welcomed around here. People
Yeah.
like the costumes.
Yeah.
Some of the people recognize you and go, it's like, "Oh, Colin's back! Hey, haven't seen you around."
Yeah, that's been a while. Sorry, I got the dash. I can't be the only one that's in costume, can I?
I'm just levitating around.
Amaranth has definitely got his hood pulled up.
Yeah.
It's just like wants to sort of sneak into the house without being seen.
Yeah. Oh no, like the moment he shows up, I'm announcing him to my mum. Like, just straight up.
Well, you get through the stalls and such, get up to the house. You start yelling, "Ma!"
Yeah, as soon as I get home and open the door's like,
Also, question: does Victor, by any chance, have money on him?
Nope.
you don't pay
Okay.
the salary.
I don't pay you. Yeah,
You don't pay you don't have the money to pay.
Because I'm the princess. You just have to do what I say.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the
It's
thing.
the
Like,
law.
when you reach a certain level of witch, you just don't have money. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
all my money's liquid assets.
Yes. So, you come through the room into the house and start yelling "Ma!" And a moment or two, Enya shows up on the like banister and looks down, and obviously Amaranth there as well. Is everyone else just crowding in, or are you like waiting for them outside, or what?
Oh, Bran's going to sample the food and
Oh, I'm going to say Ravenna and Victor are going to explore the festival.
Okay.
And I want to see all the cool spooky stuff going on and have people look at me like I'm cool.
Bran will probably just tag along.
If there's anything he wants to do, now he's free and there's a party.
Loki's like, "I get juiced."
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
I'm going to go sample food.
I want to find ghosts.
I think the ghosts are going to find us later.
I'm
Awesome.
pretty sure that's going to happen, yes.
Speak to them.
Okay.
So cool.
You have to meet back up with us once you're needed for the plan.
Can I show up some tricks?
Oh, you got tricks? Oh my god, what can you do?
Do loads of things.
Yeah,
Don't hurt anyone.
tricks.
Okay, no hurting anyone.
Don't hurt anyone.
Sure. Okay. Can I dunk people? Is that fun? Kind of just, they go duck into water. That's fun.
If they're a dick.
He's like, okay. So he comes up to people bobbing apples.
Yeah.
He's like, let me help you with that. Dunks them in, and when they come out, they're somehow holding like 5 apples in their mouth. He's like, see? Lots of apples.
That's great. I like this guy.
He then just jumps into the barrel.
Yeah.
And he somehow fits in.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you look inside, he's a fish.
I can tell you've been still there a while, haven't you?
I studied very well. Well, that being the case, it's just Colin and Emma at the bottom. So, yeah, he kind of he doesn't pull his hood down, and Enya's sort of looking down at you two. It's like, hi, Colin.
Hey, man. Look what we found. We've managed to find Dad. Come on, Dad. Don't be shy.
It's just... He pulls down his hood, like, hey, Enya, you doing okay? And she's just like, it's been years, and that's all you have to say.
Amaranth is the king of pump and dump.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's just like, I just here to get costumes. Okay. Sure.
We're doing a father-son quest together. More like father, son, daughter, daughter quest, but still.
Okay. Well, costumes. Sure. What would you like?
Well, I wanted to change it up a bit from last year. I wanted to go something sort of like a, last year was a bit more on the fruity side. This year I want to be a bit more on the dashing side, you know?
Okay. Okay, the dashing side. Well, got sort of 2 things that might fit with that. One is a kind of Mananan costume. And the other one is a bit weird. We saw it. This guy came into town and sold some of his things. He's been here a few days, and he got this new costume in. He's the one on the horse, you know?
Yeah, we ran past him with the head on the lap and we saw his costume.
It's a kind of like, what he sold us anyways. It's kind of like, he called it like a suit, is what he said. And it's like mostly black, but it looks very elegant. It's very nice.
It does sound intriguing. But I have always looked up to Mananan.
Yeah, we got like the cloak and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Well, I think... You know what, let's go for the new one. Let's go for the all black.
Okay.
Make something that stands out a bit.
So, it takes a bit to get it on. You know that the servants don't seem to be in the house at the minute, so Enya helps you get it on.
Oh, Unseen 7 as well.
Oh yeah, you can be doing that.
Yeah.
Imagine like this kind of immaculate black trousers with red kind of patterned waistcoat, and then on top of that is like this sort of dinner jacket. It's all fully black as well, and then on it there's lots of sort of interlocking chain cuffs into the buttons, and sort of brassy, almost gold color. And with it is a very nice big hat.
Yeah.
Sort of flat at the top, with a long ridge. And she also pulls out, there's also this, and it's a big red feather. She said it's optional.
Does it have a cool cape that goes with this outfit?
And also...
I mean, I'm constantly wearing a cape anyway.
She also said, there is also a cape, but I figured you have one, so, I mean...
I think I'll stick with my current cape, but the red feather, 100% take that.
So a big red feather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume there's some sort of mirror or something like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks very cool, you think?
Oh, yeah, like I'd definitely spend at least 5 minutes just staring at my reflection.
Hmm. Yeah, you think you look the most suave you've ever looked. I feel like Brandon's looking at me like, I want to know about the foods.
Actually, the second thing is they've got guard down the orb yet.
Oh, yes. Definitely.
Then Igor needs to complete his mission.
He is invisible.
Yep.
Roll a check for Igor.
What's Igor doing?
Apparently, Ego's trying to steal the orb.
Yep.
Although I could also have just said the unseen servant's got the orb instead. So Igor has to... An invisible Igor has to steal the orb from the unseen servant.
Yes. Weird. But yes.
I like it.
Just roll a perception check for Colin. And a sleight
My hand?
of hand for Igor.
Okay. I wouldn't be able to just use passive perception for Colin, can I?
Well, yeah.
Okay, I may go for that because it's basically 50-50. Like, if I roll a 10, Colin gets the 14. That's a passive.
Okay. 14. Sure.
Yeah, the imp doesn't have sleight of hand specifically, so it would just be adding their dex, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still +3. Okay. This time I want on the roll.
What's he roll?
30-20.
Nice.
I love the design of these metal dice, but they do not roll what I want them to roll.
So there's this kind of thing where the unseen servant has the orb like bobbing up and down, and what Igor does is kind of picks it up in time and continues to bob it, but just moves it away invisibly.
Nice.
Just like flies out the window.
Okay. Of course, I don't perceive this.
Nope. Takes it slowly to Brand.
Yep.
Well, also, Amaranth seems to have acquired a costume. So he's dressed actually kind of similarly to you, except his costume is red. Like red and then some black waistcoat inside.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a feather. His hat is sort of smaller, it's more longer. And he has a cane. He's just like, it's a cool look, the Zamians, yeah. They got a cool look, gotta say. Just a pity about the people in the costumes.
I mean,
Are you disrespecting my manservant?
I mean, she's not there. But
She's not there, but I'm happy being there.
I like look around and like, trust me, I've spent enough time with the princess over there. I know what they're like.
Enya just looks at you and goes, "Wow, you do look handsome." And looks over at Amaranth, just like says nothing and looks away.
Who's ready for round 2?
Well, I kind of like look at it like, well, I had to look my best. I am representing the family, of course. I assume we've even got our own, like, well, not our own stall, but we're obviously making our appearance at the end, right?
She's like, "Well, I was planning on dressing him like Morrigan, actually." And Amaranth's just like, you see his eyes just like,
about to ask Mother, you see, we're actually trying to strike up a deal with Morrigan. We've heard they might be visiting. We're trying to narrow down our options. Not to say we'd confuse you, of course, Mother, but...
and Amaranth's like, "No, there's no chance of that."
I'm sure he means that in the best way possible.
Yeah, definitely.
So just like this, there's this awkwardness you sense between the two of them. He's like, "Great. Well, anyway," and he just kind of walks on the steps and goes out the front door. And she's like, "Well, I'm glad you found him.
I know, he's everything I imagined.
Okay, good. Have fun.
Well, I plan on that. I'm going to go check out some of the performances, see if I can join in a bit.
Yeah. Okay. See you a bit later.
See you later, Ma.
Then you follow him, I said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'll get back to you guys. I guess you're all having fun.
Yeah.
Loki, he pops out of the barrel, looks up at you. He's still a fish, but he grows his face back like a small little Loki.
If you just remain beer, do you get drunk really, really fast?
Oh, yes, that's fun.
That's really fun.
He then grows fish arms and comes out and turns back into human form.
Hey Loki, why don't you get a costume too?
He looks at you just really intently, like a costume.
Look at all these people, they're dressed as different things. It doesn't mean you dress as. I know you're a trickster, you can pretty much be anything.
I mean, I never really think to do that because I can just turn into things.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay. What about
Turn
Big
into a whole-
Snake?
I was going to say turn to a wolf without a head.
Does Ravenna suggest that?
Ravenna's not there. Ravenna is off doing something.
Brand's sampling local cuisine while watching.
I don't need to hang around these guys. I'm going to go take my manservant and I'm going to see all the cool things that are happening.
Well, he turned into a giant snake and he's just wandering around me.
That's cool.
So I also want to point something out, because he instructed Igor to obviously retrieve the orb and return to him. The way Igor's invisibility works is anything he's carrying is also invisible with him.
Yeah.
And he's been instructed not to speak to him or make any noise.
Yeah.
So he just goes silently invisible behind him, constantly with the orb.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is indeed what is happening.
Yes.
Yes. Ego is nearby, Brand.
Yeah. I mean, you could tap Brand, but that's your choice.
100% my choice.
Yeah.
Wait, so you have so Igor stole the orb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was instructed to. And now that Igor and the orb are both invisible.
Oh gosh.
Well, Brand's trying some of the food. There is, there is the meat, which you get to try some of them. There's, I guess you try some chicken.
You try it to whatever's available.
It's very tasty.
Yeah.
You actually do remember something kind of similar in Hell, because there were entities seen as pests, and as such need to be killed and eaten as fast as possible. Referred to as abyssal chickens,
Oh, yeah.
because they are demons.
Ah, yes.
They, being pests, they're kind of petty and not really seen as an invasive force, so much as just little creatures to be killed as fast as possible. It does taste sort of similar to that, but much nicer.
Yay, nice chicken.
Yeah. Imagine, the worst chicken you've ever tasted?
Yeah.
That's what abyssal chicken
Like,
tastes like.
really, it's very dry.
Yes, it's very dry,
Yeah.
extremely bland.
Yeah.
That's what abyssal chicken tastes like.
Brand's just like, maybe I should take some of these home with me.
You do see that they recognize actual chickens and be like, oh, they do look, they're kind of similar.
Yeah.
Except these ones have feathers.
Yeah.
You do also try some other things, like apples. Some of them are covered in sugary substances, very sweet, juicy, very nice. Little sour tinge to them. You'd think, oh yeah, it tastes nice as well. You're tasting everything and you're like, wow.
Oh, yeah, Brand's just like in heaven right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't even care Loki's doing dumb shit. He probably has also forgot about the orb.
It's gonna come back to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm imagining Colin being like, the orb. Okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Ravenna and Victor are fucking around. I mean, are you going up to the stalls and stuff?
Like, I want to have a look at the stalls, the performance in the festival. I want to see what is happening. If any of it looks cool. If anybody recognizes that I am actually a spooky evil thing.
There's performing dancers. There's musicians playing all sorts of instruments. There seem to be some people doing like minor magic tricks, sort of some of it is magic tricks, and some of it is actually a little bit of magic. There seems to be people advertising that they can foretell your fate, that sort of thing.
You're gonna
There are people doing they're like some women are actually dressed up like Morrigan, and some are just walking around, but some are doing things where they're like acting like they are Morrigan.
Yeah.
So therefore, they're telling prophecies of doom.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You also note dude who is the guy who's in a costume. You recognise he is not in a costume at all. He's a real Zamian, and his head is really off his head. His head is really not attached to his neck.
I'm gonna go up and say hi.
Okay.
With Victor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I should actually get the thing that tells me stuff about him. So you don't recognise him. You haven't met him before.
Yeah.
And he sort of stops as you come to talk to him. He says, "Oh, hi there, miss."
Hello. That's Princess to you.
Oh, I must apologise. Princess of where?
What would I know my country? What would I call my country?
You'd probably say that you're like princess of.
I'm Princess of the Vampire Lands.
He's just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, miss. I thought you were in a costume. I didn't realise. Everyone else here is, except for us two."
and him.
Oh, yes. You
Just stand there, just staring at him.
He's just like,
It's still got dog leg, right?
What?
Is it dog leg? Which one is
Yeah.
it? Yeah, still got dog leg.
yeah, he's dog legs.
Yeah.
His legs, dog legs.
I'm pretty sure only one of them is.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
One
yeah.
quarter furry.
It's starting to heal. It's, but yeah.
Take your time.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh yeah, I've come here for the last few days. The locals, they think I'm in a costume. If I may introduce myself, Count Crauchan. Glad to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
I'm here dressed as what they call the Crauchan Gandulan. It's an interesting myth they have about a headless one. Convenient for me.
Where did you get the horse?
How would you think? You do know that it does seem to be a headless nightmare.
That's cool.
Miss, I don't mean to intrude, but we could do with a spare night.
Where did you find this one?
Oh, it's mine. I brought it here from Zane.
Okay. Neither of us have any money.
I mean, we might not have any money, ma'am, but I don't mean to impose or suggest anything.
The government is recommissioning your horse. No, I'm not going to be a dick.
I was gonna say,
I could be a dick.
Yeah.
you could pull rank, as it were, ma'am.
He sort of, upon hearing this, is like, "Oh, well, I suppose you could. And, well, if you really need it, but I'd appreciate it if you may be left until after the festivities."
That is acceptable.
There you go.
He's like, "Very well. I'm really sure." He pulls out a sword,
Yeah.
and he just starts, like, riding, like, "Ah!"
I guess I'm gonna show off by sort of showing off, just like, look, I can levitate and I can fly around, but like as I just sort of look over the crowd while we are walking around to find things.
I think maybe
Yeah.
it's accidentally showing off because she's just dancing with her skeletons.
That's a very accidental
I was gonna
show.
say, Victor tries to find any like texture strength machines and just tries to demolish them.
Are there funny carnival games?
Oh, yeah. Definitely some people playing games. People. Oh. have stalls like that.
Mhm.
It's probably, it's less like you'd have today,
Yes.
but there'd be, I'm trying to think of what, well, obviously, like I said, bobbing for apples.
Mhm.
There's
Ring
that.
toss, that was made out of wood back in
There, yeah.
Used horseshoe.
There'd be ring toss.
Horseshoe toss, the same sort of idea.
Yeah.
There probably is a lot more of like the side carnival stuff we'd have today is what they have as like their main attraction.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be like the big
Even
thing.
like just like simple like
There's probably,
knocking coconuts off like
Yeah.
there's
Coconuts
like-
I don't think coconuts exist in this
It'd be
country.
like-
or even something similar.
in
Like,
this case, it's knocking off bottles.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I would also say there's the thing where everyone like runs around in a circle holding like a ribbon thing.
Oh, maypole.
Morris dancing.
Yes. There's all sorts of things like but yeah. I'm when Colin come and join.
Oh, Colin has wandered off to find where the music's happening to see if anybody needs a drummer.
There's all sorts of musical performances. I'm sure
Yeah.
you could just get involved.
Oh, definitely.
People are kind of like, it's a lot of like folk music
Mhm.
mostly. People are like playing the fiddle, that sort of thing. You could just join in because it is very improvised.
Yeah.
It's good. Like you get the sense that everyone here is kind of talented, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's improvised still. People doing little jigs. It's still sort of afternoon, early-ish. Probably quite long off before Samhain, as it's sort of known, really begins. Anything you're doing in particular?
Kind of like between jam sessions, as it were, I kind of like go to Amaranth and say, so, Morgan's been here before in the past. When does she normally show up? Like, she normally show up really close to the evening, or?
You're asking Amaranth.
Yeah.
He's like, well, it's sort of weird. He sorry, my conversation skills are fucked because I'm so hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amaranth says that in character. I'm so
Yeah, of course. Yeah. He's just so hot.
God damn.
God damn.
God damn.
Breaking to improvise song.
Yeah, just like looks at you.
You are both bards. You absolutely can just start playing your instruments together. But you
100%.
walk through the festival and just steal the show.
He just turns to you and goes, "We'll find her. Don't believe me. Just watch."
Oh, stop, wait a minute.
It's just the bardcore version. It's their bardcore version of that song.
It's going to be now.
Yeah.
Well, he just goes, well, it's sort of weird because sometimes, she's one of the women here dressed like Morrigan.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes she just shows up when the birds show up. Sometimes she's one of the animals, So it's a bit hard to know, really. Yeah.
If he's one of the people dressed up as Morgan, she's probably telling the actual prophecy of the apocalypse.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah. If we listen intently to the ones telling prophecies, maybe the real one, would stick out.
Well, to be fair, because obviously Victor and Ravenna did obviously already see Morgan's already like in character, so Victor probably said, I mean, we did already notice a few people giving out prophecies. We don't know if it's the real ones, but they're all saying the same thing from what we heard.
Yeah, so if Ravenna and I guess Victor want to do like a insight.
Yeah, can we tell who might be like a real person?
Well, this is why I'm
Yeah,
trying to
insight.
throw.
The 4.
I think your bonus isn't particularly high, is it?
No, my
right?
What do I have in insight? It's
Under wisdom.
that's a +1. Yes, that's a 5.
Okay. Yeah, you don't really get a vibe from any of them.
16 plus 1, 17.
Okay. Kind of interesting. With it being Victor.
I mean, to be fair, because this isn't like you said with insight, not like wisdom perception, right?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, because he does have like keen hearing and smell. Keen hearing if he's just listening to the crowd.
yeah. This isn't really. It's listening to what they're saying and taking from that. You probably note that while they've been most of them been kind of vaguely talking about doom is coming here, and all that sort of thing. This one in particular, more specifically says that doom will come to all but this city.
Oh, okay.
But then she goes on and says, that's the plan that's supposed to save us. But then doom comes here too. Doom will end all of our lives. Do not trust. But trust is what will end your life. That one in particular sort of sticks out a little.
Mm-hmm.
You said that there were people doing like fortune tellings, right? Maybe Ravenna will go and just see what that's all about.
Okay. Well, I mean, you see someone getting told their fortune. This lady's like holding on to the sort of lady's wrist.
Mm-hmm.
She's quite sort of old,
Mhm.
talking to this younger lady. The younger lady's dressed up like how Enya normally dresses. Actually, it's like a richer person. And she is looking over her. Oh yes. Sense children in your future. And happiness. Good long life. Yes. And she's like, oh, that's good. And so, yes. The only thing I recommend to you is don't eat them. And she's like, oh, okay. And walks off. And then she looks over and goes, hello, dear. Would you like your fortune read?
I'll buy it.
She looks at you, oh, maybe you will.
I'll like levitate over, just like this is an amusing little thing that the mortals do.
So he grabs hold of your wrist. She goes, I sense violence.
Yeah.
My dear, you are a strange one, aren't you?
Sorry, she's like, I sense violence. I'm totally not like staring at her hungrily.
She like looks over you and goes, my dear, you are a strange one indeed. Your fate is yet to be decided. She then just sort of turns away and hopes you leave.
On tangent with what Rand's doing. Hey, Mary, do you want to go check out the Cave of the Dead?
Let's go.
The King of the Dead?
Cave.
Oh, the cave is
She said they come out of a cave.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I will say that you're sort of in view around each other, you know? It's kind of big open space.
Yeah.
So I imagine that Colin would hear that. You know where it is.
Yeah.
You also know it's kind of seen as a bit of a sacred place that you're not really supposed to go in. But also kind of seen as a dangerous place. Because the idea if you go in there, you're kind of transporting yourself to the other world where the dead are residing. So it's not really something you're supposed to do.
Okay. Well, in that case, Colin's pretty much like stopped whatever he's doing at the moment. And just tries to like run in front of both of these two. And just past like one was like, whoa, right, I can see where you guys are headed. I would advise heavily not to go.
Why not?
Why not?
Well,
I'm going to see where all these souls are coming from.
I want to speak to them.
Well, you see, looking at you, it's not so much that it's dangerous. I fought you. You could potentially handle it. But it's very sacred ground, I know you've got your own thing. You definitely have your own thing. And there's a lot of tales about, you know, the people who've gone in there don't generally come back as mortals. They come back as the spirits. If that.
Not knowing my look, I'll probably go back to hell, so that's not much different for me.
It's not hell beyond there.
So that's fair.
How about that might be an improvement.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me.
The sort of vibe of the other world isn't so much good or bad, just different and confusing for mortals.
So if we don't go in the cave, we just stand outside the cave and yell.
Again, sacred ground. It's the equivalent of standing outside of a church and yelling at the pastors inside. It's not. I guess it's not allowed. But it's very disrespectful to shout.
I want to go see it. I can stand outside, right?
You do recall that when you were younger, it wasn't. Well, actually, you can decide if Colin did this or not. It was something that some children would attempt to do. Would be to kind of go and sneak to the cave. Vast majority of them would never be brave enough to actually go.
Yeah, more like as children, like a test of courage.
Yeah, but most of the time, parents would stop them. They found out they'd be in trouble and stuff. I don't know if Colin would have.
Oh, he probably did at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Partly just because he wants to be like Amaranth. Amaranth is described as this brave warrior. He probably wanted to emulate that.
Yeah. Okay. I imagine when he did visit, he probably saw something strange. Not necessarily scary, but definitely strange.
Well, listen, I've been to that cave before the time as a kid. It's a weird feeling you get from there. It's not something you want to experience.
You underestimate what I want to do with my mortal life.
Also, you
Most of it-
underestimate what I've already experienced.
True. I mean, most of his kids just did it as like a test of courage type thing. You know, me being as brave and dashing as I am.
When I say a test of courage, ghosts are scary.
Yeah, you have to remember you're from a very different culture.
It's not just ghosts. Like, it's the experience of it. Weird things happen from there.
That sounds fun.
And it certainly is, and it's the most enjoyable time. If you just be patient and wait for the spirits to come to us. It's what this whole event's about. Why do you think we have so many distractions going on? To keep people occupied until the time.
But I've done the distractions.
Yeah,
Clearly not well enough.
I tried most of the food. That's really good.
I'm sure it is, and I'm sure where you're from, gluttony is well encouraged. So why not go try it some more?
Yeah, Loki turned into a fish and went into a barrel, and he said if you turn into a fish and go to a barrel full of beer, you get really drunk really, really fast.
Okay, I can't become a fish.
I can turn you to a fish.
I don't want to be drunk before we have a plan to do.
After the plan?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Right now, I want to go visit a spooky cave.
Yeah.
Look, you can take us there yourself, or we can just go adventure.
So
At some point, can I reason that maybe I have noticed my siblings doing something?
We just stood there chatting about something for a while.
I was going to say, Emma
Well, you
probably
stood
comes up
there.
as well.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're planning to go to the cave?
I
Yeah.
want to see this thing.
Well, it's where she's supposed to,
Okay, let's go. I'm walking.
live.
Cool.
A bit weird, though. There's a river going through it, so.
I was like,
Now, Loki, you want to see weird dead shit?
it's
Loki's like, oh!
at some point, can I reason that like way behind,
As a snake.
Yeah, he does that.
way behind these guys? I sort of eventually, because I keep flying and floating around, notice like, oh, they all seem to be going somewhere. What are they doing?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, hey guys, just start following
Yeah.
after
Just feel like, what are they doing? Come on, Victor, let's go.
We're going to go visit the cave. If you want to come on.
Igor is invisibly following. But
Yes.
With the all.
Yeah.
just remember that like there are 10 bats following us all around the same
Yeah.
time as well.
Yeah.
And like 4 skeletons and a skeleton pig.
And
Yeah.
a cat.
And a
A
cat.
cat
It's
with
a
wings.
whole load of bullshit.
Yeah.
This is the most interesting fucking festival we've had in a while.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure, as a crowd, you go towards the cave. So it's quite large, big opening. River is actually flowing like along through the cave.
Oh.
And so going in, you definitely get feet. You kind of have to hold on to the side and walk along through if you wanted to not get swept up by the river. It's possible that the river is continuous like that. Maybe it gets deeper inside. Maybe there's land. It's hard to say. But it definitely gets dark in there. You can definitely imagine how from the top of it, loads of spirits would just spill out at night, maybe. You could definitely get that sense. Looking deep into it, you do all get this sort of faint little sound of like a howl. Is it wind? Or is it something yelling out from it?
With Brand's 120 foot altitude, does he actually see anything there, or does it just like keep going?
You can see some of the stone ceiling. You think you can just about see a bank. It's you think that there's sort of maybe banks here and there through the tunnel.
Yeah.
You think you note a small pool on the bank.
Well, definitely more in there.
Oh, hello, does anyone want to speak?
Is there any light from inside the cave at all?
It seems very dark.
Then I definitely have a torch on me.
It made a howling. It does definitely sounds like wind and not a creature.
I was saying it was ambiguous.
It's ominous howling.
Can I instruct Victor? Like, can you talk to it?
What the hell like that?
So you're on.
Victor told to talk to the cave.
Yeah.
Victor talks to the cave, aka Victor howls back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
He does this shapeshift thing, like turns his head more wolfish than normal and just like howls back into the cave.
That's funny.
Okay. You hear it echoing through and back.
Yeah. Hey, Mirror, does this cave like give off strange energy or something? You do magic, right?
Can I?
I'd say roll religion. That seems like a pretty bad roll.
Yeah, it's only a 12.
Oh,
If you want, I could bardic inspiration it.
Yeah.
Because I've got the torch that I can technically see. And
I think it still stood outside.
yeah, we're outside the cave. I'm just
I can still do it then.
Okay.
Bardic inspiration's a D8 add to it.
Okay.
Yeah, D8.
So 16 total.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely get the sense that there is magic flowing through the cave. But it's strange in that it's a strange mixture of magic. There's like sort of radiant life energies, but also like necrotic death energies.
Actually +4 right now.
There's also just like
What?
sort of conjuration,
Because it's like half rounded down.
sort of planar
So it's
shifting
like-
magic. You definitely get a sense that this is like a barrier between this world and another.
Yeah, I'll definitely relay that.
Seems like people go missing, then.
Yeah.
Jumping worlds anytime soon.
No, chances are there'll probably use portals in there. Or ones that can probably open and close.
Where does it go?
Who
A
knows?
afterlife. Hopefully. I mean, spirits come from here.
Do you understand why this is here? This we said.
It's why it's here. Well, it's sort of part of this manifestation of this land. It's hard to sort of explain it, but it's like part of this land's story. It's a bit,
Strange place.
yeah. I haven't really, I haven't gone inside. I thought it wouldn't really be worth the risk.
From what we've just heard, it is tunnel to other dimensions. All that. Places.
Yeah,
Probably not worth it. Very interesting cave there.
good chance we'd never come back out.
Yeah. Might not be going to hell though.
Probably.
Might visit that before I die.
I did think to myself, there's a good chance if Morrigan is here and she realizes I'm here, that she'll retreat into this cave.
So we at the cave.
I mean, well, not the worst idea I've ever heard.
What are the odds that she's going to actually talk to you?
Oh, I imagine her first response upon seeing me will be to try and run away. So,
What if one of us speak to her first?
Or
Maybe-
even better, what if Loki speaks to her?
That might
One
go either way.
twisted to another.
I'm open to anything here.
Well, why don't we go find Morgan and just keep our lamp in the background?
How do we know who's the real Morrigan? Everyone's dressed up like her.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out.
Well, Mom, I did hear someone in the town who was giving their prophecies a bit more specifically than all the other Morgans.
Be a start.
Yeah, let's go speak to
Right.
them.
How about some of us wait by the cave in case she tries to flee, and others go and speak to her and see if we can't negotiate something.
Victor, can you find her again?
Sure, she's still saying that prophecy over and over. I'm sure I can pick it out
Let's go.
I feel like
Well,
me and Colin will be the best people to go.
for the negotiations. Yeah.
I'll wait here with Amaranth in case of her trying to flee, and we'll block the entrance.
Okay.
Right, Ravenna, are you staying with us?
I'm
No, but-
following him.
Yeah. Ravenna's
okay.
taking Victor.
Of course, right. Well,
Look, I'm going to take my dog.
Mm-hmm.
and once they're out of sight, Brand is going to try and summon Igor.
Well, okay. Does he speak, I guess? Did he say to Igor, Igor?
Yeah, basically. Igor, Igor, where are you?
Igor says nothing. He's been instructed to only speak if Tiamat tries to get in contact with him. Igor cannot say shit.
This is true.
Yeah. Igor, if you have it, put it in my hand.
Igor does not realise that it is the orb. Because Igor does not have the it factor.
I Brand figured Igor's that stupid.
Uh-huh.
He had to steal the other one that's even worse, probably.
Yeah.
Oh. Drop the bomb in my hand.
No, yeah, drop the orb, so it's just a thump.
There's just a chunk as the orb lands
Yeah.
into the ground. It hears.
I mean, yeah, it's no longer invisible.
Yeah.
Thump.
Okay.
And then just in the day, he starts writing, "Did Igor do good?"
So Brand will pocket the orb to one of his inside pockets.
Okay.
Igor had the orb for many hours.
Oh dear.
It's a little bit, it's written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brand reads it in Igor's talk.
Of course, absolutely. Igor, erase that message and become invisible again, please.
Oh, he was invisible the entire time.
No, visible, not invisible.
Okay.
Visible again.
He becomes invisible as he's rubbing out the message.
Yeah.
He's basically just like scrubbing his hand through the dirt so it's not there anymore.
Next thing I need you to do is keep an eye out for a trickster god called Morrigan.
He tries to take his eye out.
I forget how to
He's actually able to do that very easily. Doesn't
Yeah. No, okay. Look for a creature called Morrigan within a 30-foot radius of this hole.
Let's just look. One solid direction, just staring.
I said within a 30-foot radius. You need to look the entire radius.
He just sits there spinning in a circle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all you need to do.
He's also just got his eye handed out to you as well. It's like, you
You can
don't
put
want to
that
keep an eye out.
You can put that back.
Sticks it back into it.
Yeah. Sticks it in backwards and I was looking at his brain as well.
One eye for Morgan, one eye for the brain.
Gotta keep an eye on my brain.
Yeah, make sure it's working.
Well, he's looking around. His eagle
Yeah, he got the eagle.
moving up.
Yeah, that's it. That's Brand done. He's called his mischief.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, you guys sort of walk back, right?
Pretty much.
Over the eagle.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you're walking back, I guess Victor's sort of leading you to that particular moment.
Yeah, so wherever he's currently hearing it.
As you're walking back, you see a lady who has like a bull tied to a pole. But said bull like seems to have gotten angry and has pulled itself off its rope and is now like rushing back the way you came
Mm-hmm.
towards the cave.
Oh, nice.
And the lady is going, no, stop the bull! And she's chasing after it.
Can I pull him off the ball?
Yeah, certainly try to. I think you'd need to. It's kind of running past you. So what I would say is kind of like, I guess, just like roll dex, just to kind of get contact with it in time.
So yeah, quick you are.
Yeah.
Ah,
Colin's got better animal handling than Victor does.
That's only a 9.
How
Only
much
9.
longer? What time are we thinking of ending?
Honestly, probably pretty soon.
Okay.
It makes 15. So it just rushes by too quick for you to go
Oh, damn.
any touch of it.
I want to see if Colin can like make contact, like both try and tame the bull and maybe like get on top of it, like rodeo style tame the bull.
If you want to roll, I would say probably acrobatics to get onto its back. You could do that.
Blue one. Let's go with Dino dice.
+16 +12. That is 28.
Good. You pretty much get onto its back. You're like rodeo riding it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you want to try an animal handling.
Yes. Not as good, but still.
this bull.
I'm keeping that. 15 +6. 21.
Yeah.
So,
It's cheap and cheesy, but I don't care.
so what you're trying to do,
Mhm.
you're pretty sure. Normally, any bull would be calmed by what you're doing, but it doesn't seem to be calmed by it. It's as if it's in like a trance, and it continues to rush towards the cave.
Okay. Hmm.
The lady behind you is still chasing after it.
I don't think I'd be able to have the strength to compete with a bull if I'm being
Do all
honest.
three of us see this ball?
Yeah.
You all see it.
All three of us and Victor.
Yep.
Mhm.
You'll see it.
I can't try pull
Is
him
it,
off
so
again.
how
can I?
close is the cave like?
You'd have to, at this point, catch up to get some kind of way to move very quickly. Distance in sort of sense, like, say about 100 feet away from the cave in a minute.
If we're about 100 feet away from the cave, like, yeah, obviously, like, Brandon will still be at the cave. I was like,
Yeah, but me and Amaranth waiting outside the cave to see what anything. Let's see if I'm.
well, I want to kind of, like, see if I can shout ahead. I know it's 100 feet, but I want to see if I can shout ahead to get one or both of you to try and, like, tackle the ball down. 'Cause, like, I've tried calming it down, I've tried stopping it normally, and I don't think I'd have the, in character, I don't think I'd have the strength to, like, bring the thing
You can
down.
fly, can't you?
I can fly, but I don't think I can pick up a ball.
Yeah, but could you take me with you and I could try and pull him off again?
I'm already on the
Bit late
ball.
now, he's on the ball.
Yeah.
Right at all.
Riding the ball.
Yeah.
I can fly.
Yeah.
You have to catch up though.
At this
Can I
point,
catch up with the ball? Can I use my phantasmal steed
if you're on the back of the
to chase the
phantasmal
ball?
steed, I'd say there's a chance.
Yeah.
If I get my phantasmal steed out, which is also a sort of golden bull looking thing, grab her, put her on the bull, I could catch up with her.
Yeah, I would say. Is there like stats for the phantasmal steed? Is it like
The Nightmare Steed's speed 60 foot. And
No,
flies
my
60.
phantasmal steed is a different thing that is a special ability that I have. It's a warlock
okay.
thing.
Oh, that's a different stat block though.
I
Yeah,
have a thing that I summon and I.
phantasmal steed. Has the stats of a riding horse. Speed 64, yeah. Okay. It is a bit faster than the bull is. I would say if we make a check both. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you are catching up. You think that at this rate, the bull will get just at the entrance
Yeah.
by the time you catch it.
Is it within
Okay.
range for me?
If that at that point, at the entrance, you would be in range to kind of jump at it and cast polymorph.
I think it's, what's it, 60 feet range?
Is it difficult range? I thought it was touch range.
Oh, I'll double check. No, it's 60 foot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. No, you would be in range in it.
Yeah, when I cast my mark.
I was under the impression it was touch.
No.
What we could turn it into.
Thanks now.
Right, so it's still charging, just.
That's hilarious. Is there? Oh, I'm looking.
I don't imagine it's like a snail with like tiny horns.
Yeah.
That's what called the eye stalks. Isn't it?
Yeah, the ice start to kind of make in the shape of like.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, its speed is 10 foot. Yeah, okay. It can't really. Well, I mean, technically it can, but
It did.
I was like, it's not got a good bonus. It's got like -2.
Did that pass the wisdom?
It rolled a natural 20.
No.
So it had 18.
Nice.
Technically, no.
Wait, what? So,
Wait, 18 would actually fail
Yeah,
because you have
you're
like.
19.
Oh God.
Oh, so it does.
Nat 20 is not always a success.
yeah,
It could not have passed.
technically speaking, yes.
That
So,
roll was
well,
pointless.
Okay then. It turns into a giant snail. Colin's still on the back of it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's now moving much more slowly. Still seems to be intent upon the cave, but is moving much slower now. The lady like catches up to you and she's like, "Oh, what the?"
Yeah, this will only last an hour.
Can I just do a very quick acrobatics check for something? Just very quickly. 8 plus 12 is still 20. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure the sudden drop from charging bull to snail didn't fling me off.
It's a giant snail, but yeah,
True, but I wanted to make sure the sudden
just
change
the
of speed
difference in speed.
didn't fling me off. Yeah.
yeah.
Can I try and do like an arcana or something to see if I can think about like, is there a magical effect affecting this bull/snail?
Yes, sure. Definitely can roll that kind. I think you got expertise in it
Yeah.
now. Would you
15.
15? You're pretty sure there is some kind of magical effect, like it's put it into some kind of trance. It's sort of just got put into a state where it's got a very one-track mind.
Theoretically, like with that roll as well, would it be able to know if this is something that they can try to resist, or is this something that's like it's permanently on?
It's a magical effect. If you just dispel them, I don't have dispel magic, but if you do.
I don't have dispel magic, but I do have like counterspell and where that needs to be at the time of cast.
Yeah.
But I do have counterspell.
Oh yeah, counter charm. Let's play the bard though, didn't we?
Yeah. a creature can gain advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. So if this is like a charm, it gives them advantage on the saving throw.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Especially if I consider it a friendly creature, like it's not actively going for us.
Okay. You get the sense that the power of this charm is such that it's just not managed to overcome it. So you get the sense that your counter charm has worked and it's helped, but it's still just not able to resist.
Right, okay.
It's very slowly moving towards the cave. Giant snail.
And to be fair, if I had to roll, I could bardic inspiration it to give it truth, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's weird, but yeah. Does it have to, like, understand?
That can hear you against an inspiration dice, as long as it can hear me.
Yes.
I mean, technically I need to do it before knowing the outcome, but screw it. Give it an extra D8.
I mean, you've got, like, multiple turns here.
What's this?
Sure.
Well, basically, counter charm to give it advantage for the charm, plus bardic inspiration to give it an extra D8 to not be charmed.
What are we giving that to the bull?
Yeah.
To the snail ball, yeah.
No,
Snail ball. That's a name.
Which is how. Well, that wasn't good. That's better.
I thought we want to keep it as a snail for now.
It's not to stop it being a snail, it's to stop this trans, whatever's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kind of continually roll until, like, got, like, 2 more.
Cool.
Is someone going to pick up the snail?
It's a big snail.
It's giant.
It's
Big enough that Colin gets still riding on a
a
snail.
large beast
Yeah.
still. So it's pretty hard to pick up.
He's basically been on its shell, just running out.
These have been some pretty shit rolls. One more. Oh my god. Well, that helps, but still. Okay. Wow. So it just continually just fails the rolls. I don't know what to tell you. It just did 4 like you know with advantage rolls to pass, but it was just shit. So
Can we make the snail like roll, like go around in a circle?
I mean, it's just like getting towards the cave, so it just like gets to the cave. It's not like in front of Amaranth and Brand.
Can you put the snail on its back? It can't move.
Like,
Yeah.
I can try and tip the snail over, right?
Yeah. Do like contested athletics with the snail.
Can I get Victor to assist as well? So, like, both of them just trying to tip this thing?
Sure. Yeah, you can grant advantage to
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Brand.
Wait.
It rolls 12.
My height is an 18 plus 9, 27.
Yeah, so you just like push it over.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's not prone.
Yeah, just on its shell.
It's on its shell. It's it probably could get itself back up, but it'll take it a bit.
I'll make sure it stays on its shell.
You just hold it down.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold it.
Okay. Well, the lady's just like, okay, my bull's a snail. Can I
Only for an hour.
well, can I have it back? I guess.
It's good. Keep trying to go this way, right?
Yeah.
We like get it back on its rope.
You probably want to be more secure, but yeah.
Maybe we just
You
drag
might
it.
want chains or something. You know, something a bit harder to hold.
Yeah, this is a magical effect.
Yeah. Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, don't know what called it.
Okay, well, just so you know, my name's Odress, by the way. I'm gonna go get some chains, I guess.
Nice to meet you.
Do.
So we go try and find her again.
Brandy's keeping his eyes peeled in case she's like trying to sneak in or something whilst we're dealing with this.
How many people could fit on the phantasmal steed?
I would say 2.
Oh, okay. So I can't have Gamira and Colin all get on with me.
It's not far.
Yeah.
It's not that far. But yeah.
I'm gonna continue to ride it just because I can.
Okay.
Like I summoned it, I'm gonna just use it. I don't bring it out very often.
Do you allow Victor to join you as well?
Victor can get on it with me.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
It lasts for
Victor
one
thinks it's an honor.
full hour. Oh, I know that it casts takes a minute to cast though. There.
Yeah. We also thought polymorphal storage, so the spells don't matter today, clearly.
Well, okay. So
The tricks to go.
you guys kind of go back to the party. I'll say we're getting more towards evening now. This lady, after a bit of time, she comes back with chains and is like, right, guess we'll just. So she like wraps the chain around the big shell, just starts dragging it back. Like, okay.
Have fun with that.
Igor doesn't see anything yet. You don't really see anything either.
I'd say, Bradley keeping his eyes out. Trying to spot if anyone comes.
I'm just sort of looking at the situation. Like, that situation with the ball was weird.
It is very weird. I assume it was a distraction.
Maybe. Back with you guys. Victor finally leads you lot back to where this particular Morrigan was.
Yeah.
She's no longer there.
Yes.
Would he be able to like try and hear out, see if he can still hear out? Because he knows like he's specifically looking for like the odd one out, basically.
I would say you have the keen senses. I would say he would have disadvantage, so it equals out to just regular.
Yeah.
But I would say it's still quite a hard perception check.
Okay.
Needs to get like 20 or more.
He did not. He got 14.
He's like listening around, doesn't seem to hear her anymore. She's either not speaking or she's just too far away. It is at that moment in time where all of you realize collectively in the different places, you sort of just about see each other. None of you are currently aware where Loki is.
I don't think I've been paying attention to him being with us.
No, let him kind of do his own thing.
Fine, we can control
Okay.
him now.
It's probably at that point that I try seeing if I have the orb on me and I start panicking.
You're like, oh shit, oh shit.
Colin has realised that he has dropped his keys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, like I immediately run back to my house. That's the last time I remember actually having the orb.
True.
Getting a different costume on, so that's where I immediately went back to.
Just gonna look for Loki.
Give me so we could see each other. Do I see Colin running?
I'm gonna ride.
Yeah, just about. You see him running somewhere.
Ravenna and Victor are gonna ride into town on a thing that looks like a golden bull statue, and it's like we're gonna find Morrigan.
I will tell Igor to go tell Colin that I have the orb.
Oh no.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So, well, I guess Igor goes off, flies off to...
Igor flies off to Colin and then tries to wordlessly tell Colin that...
Oh, no!
He can write. He proved he can write.
Yes, he can.
Wait, when's Igor telling Colin?
He has to tell Colin that Brand has the orb, but he also technically can't speak because Tiamat's still not trying to get in contact, so his speaking privileges still aren't there yet.
Yep.
So he has to wordlessly tell Colin.
He's proven he can write in dirt. He can get creative.
My house is very clean, thank you.
Start arranging clothes into letter shapes.
Just smashing the glass to make letters.
Oh, just carve letters in the glass with you. Devil claw or whatever you get.
Be classic ghost and just write it on the wall.
Yeah, you write it in blood, On the walls of the dam.
Brand has the orb.
I don't want to get... Oh, hold on. Character conflicts are happening.
Well, Here's what I will let you know as Brand
Yes.
is that some kind of sea serpent sort of pops its head out of the river and looks at you and Amaranth. And he goes, "Hey,
Ah, that's where you've been. Hello.
I want to go in there."
You shouldn't go in there. It is a portal to different realms, and you'll get lost, and you can't help us.
I won't get lost.
You failed to fulfill your contract. You realise you're bound to that thing for life.
Oh yes, I know, but I will get lost.
What is our guarantee?
Guaranteed. I'm not good at those. Not good at
If
those.
you have no guarantee, you're not going in that cave.
It looks fun.
I agree, it looks fun. I would also like to go exploring the realms, but not right now. We have to kind of fix this one first.
Can I walk back at this point?
Yeah.
I also want to go in the cave.
Yeah, I also want to go in the cave, but guess what we should not do?
Tom's not here.
Do you want to get lost into the God knows what other planes of existence?
Answer.
I assume most of them are better than where I come from, but we still have a job to do.
Okay, true. We have a job. Then yes.
Right, 'cause, like, look, unless you can magically make sure we come back to this plane, we're not going in there.
Oh well, I mean, you know, I'm good at going places, strange, and coming back. And
Give me a minute to look through my book.
Okay, right, well, maybe she can figure something out that means we can go and have an adventure. But if you can't figure anything out, we're staying here.
Back with you, Dave. Colin, rushing in. You're looking around, by the way, Holly. I tell you what. You can roll perception. I think Victor's already has.
Yeah.
I think you just have that plus.
Also, I have to love how Ravenna and
That's a natural 20. I'm rolling on my Halloween dice, so that's a natural pumpkin.
I was going to say because you're on the back of a flying mount.
It doesn't fly.
happened?
It doesn't fly.
I believe Phantasmal Steed does.
Does it?
Yeah, that's how we got across the river.
Oh, I thought it could just run. I thought it could just run on water.
Oh no, I remember what it is. It's not that it can fly.
Is that I can levitate.
You can levitate.
So the thing I'm on can levitate. So I'm riding this thing normally.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. But still, 21.
Yeah.
So you see, you're like looking around everywhere in this place.
Yeah.
And you don't recognize any particular Morgan that stands out and goes, you think, oh yeah, that's the one. You kind of start going, maybe it's somewhere else, and look over at the cave. And in the setting sun, you think you can see one lone crow just flying above the cave, looking down
Okay.
at what's happening down near the cave.
There we
I
go.
can't get us back. I don't have plated, but I think that's a spell I can learn.
If you don't have it right now, we're not going in the cave that can take us to different planes.
Okay, but then learn it and I could go anywhere.
Sure, but we're not doing that right
Okay.
now.
So I'm not at the party yet. I've just seen that go over me.
Well, you see it over by the cave, you're at the party.
Yeah. I just sort of looking around like that lady who was saying more about Doom doesn't seem to be here. It's like.
There's a strange bird that shouldn't be there.
Gonna quickly go
And
to
it's War
Colin.
Eagle this time.
Gonna quickly go to Colin, who is panicking in his house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's seen like there's now bloody messages on the wall and cracks in the window, all saying Van has the old.
Brilliant.
It's like a horror scene.
But it's specifically only in Colin's room.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful.
Colin is both angry at Bran for stealing the orb and is feeling sorry for like the old, like housemaid who he's been friends with who knows has to clean all this up. It's like he's dreading both of it.
Oh, that's great. Dear. Mission accomplished.
Before I leave, with I assume Igor following me, I sit down at the desk, get out a parchment and a quill and ink, and write an apology letter to whoever has to clean up the mess.
Sure, you can set your unseen servant doing that and then leave.
Yeah. Unseen servant only has a specific radius, so I have to kind of say though what happens.
Yeah. Well,
While I notice this bird,
yeah.
I'm gonna tell Bathory. No, I'm not gonna tell Bathory to chase it. I'm going to get off my phantasmal steed, get myself up in the air and chase it.
It was pretty high. Your like max height with levitation is 20 feet.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go as high as I can, and I'm gonna send Bathory after him as far as he can.
I mean, he can fly.
Yeah, he can fly. So like, go get it, kitty. Get the bird.
Oh yeah, man.
Sure.
Get that weird bird.
Well, okay. You just roll a dice for the skill check of a goddess.
You know how it's pointless now because they've like got massive skills, right?
I assume it beat whatever it needed to.
Well, you rolled 11.
Okay. And what did Bathory roll?
Oh.
Now, I have just been watching the Exploding Kitten series on anime, so a word reference but God, cat, God, cat, God, cat.
So, if you imagine, like, there's no way she shouldn't see this coming.
Yeah.
But Bathory, like, shows up above her.
She
and
was not.
bats her out. It's like, bap.
She was not expecting the power of House Cat Punch. It's like that tier zoo talking about like how the house cat is just built to be a crit machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Factory crit god.
So, the second or two passes as you watch as it sort of crash landed
Nice.
near Brandon Amaranth.
Which will get Brand's attention, but he has no idea what this thing is.
So just see like a raven
Yeah.
just like crash into the dirt.
With a cat coming down after
Bathory
it.
flying after it, going meow.
Okay, at that point, Brand is suspicious but doesn't know what to do with this thing. Probably try and keep it in place until Ravenna hopefully shows up.
Well, you see Ravenna sort of floating menacingly towards you.
Yeah. Can I say that I left the steed behind for Victor?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like the thing probably knows to follow me. So like there you go. That helps Victor move around fast. We're not with the carriage right now.
Yeah, behind her is a golden ball with Victor on the back of it.
Okay, what's with the bird?
Well, I was going to say, she's still a bit far away.
Yeah.
I would say this is a roll initiative situation.
Oh, here we go.
That is a 4 with a +3, so 7. Do I also need to roll Bathory?
13.
Does Bathory need to roll initiative?
No, he acts on your turn.
Okay.
13 for Brand.
Are we all rolling or just the people there?
Oh yeah, you're not there yet, are you?
No,
say-
I'd be on my way, but
I would say in a turn roll.
okay.
So what's Ravenna have?
We're gonna go 7.
Okay.
Shall I roll it for Victor or?
Yes. What's he got?
Let me see, because he would still have his dex.
Yeah.
So in total, it's 4 + 2, 6.
6.
He rolled low.
Okay. And finally, oh my god, reminded myself of that. Okay. Amaram's initiative
Yeah.
23.
I could beat it.
I mean, yeah, you could definitely beat 23.
I get +6 to my initiative. I could.
I recall that Gamera was there too. She was speaking to you.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, she came back in.
good to have an initiative roll from Gamera, please.
Are we going into combat?
Maybe next time. Maybe.
11.
Okay. Well, what has happened is that this crow.
What was?
That'll be a bottle or something.
This crow kind of flits up and turns into Morrigan, and she looks pretty mad.
Oh, that's good.
That 3 does that sort of like, cat face when you've caught them with the bird and they look like very ashamed. He's very much got dumb cat face.
She just kind of looks around the situation and goes, "No, you've caught me." She's pointing at Emma. She's really accusing. I'm pointing at Ollie, which is funny. She's really like accusatory, like, "No, you won't take me, you won't."
We don't take it. We just want to talk about the apocalypse and maybe stop it. Said apocalypse. Sorry about the cat.
And he's just like, has like a pair of handcuffs, like,
Oh, he's got the handcuffs like on him. He's ready to go.
I think this was the plan, but
Please tell me they're not the Please say they're not the fluffy pink.
they're not pussy.
No, they're like the hardcore ones.
So just regular.
He's just there looking really awkward. Like,
Yeah.
You got handcuffs in one hand, the ball gag in the other.
the ball gag is not canon.
It's a ring
Yeah,
gag
Too far.
instead.
I can play it.
Yeah.
We just want to have a talk.
Well, she is pretty surrounded at this moment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll roll for that. And yeah, okay. Cool. Just putting someone else into initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Loki has 14. Lovely. So Loki kind of pokes his head out and goes, "Hey, you a trickster guy?"
Cool.
With like eyebrows wiggling.
Yeah.
He's a snake, but yeah. he's like face so snake turns into more of a human face and it's like wiggling his eyebrows.
Snake Riz.
Snake.
Um, she's just like, "I don't seem to have much of a choice."
Not really, no. We wish to talk to you about this and, try and save at least part of the world.
No,
Yes, we're trying to avoid that.
it's not avoidable.
Well, what do you see happening then?
Following she looks over at Emma and will only lead everyone's doom.
What if we don't follow him? What if we try and come up with our own plan?
I was gonna kill him.
She's got the right idea.
Okay, why do you think his plan's going to fail? Why? And 2, why are you trying to kill him? You're not trying to kill him. Why do you think him being dead is a good idea?
Don't know exactly what he's going to do. I know what happens after
So it doesn't work.
Well, what happens after?
everyone is dead.
Like dead or erased?
She's like
There is
looking around,
actually a
like,
difference.
Yeah, there is a difference.
she's looking around like I don't understand.
Because I can deal with dead.
Dead
If I'm dead, I just go back to hell.
dead is all I see.
I'm dead already.
You're not dead.
She looks at you like
Yeah, I know, right?
it's unsure about that. I'm like, "No, look, our plan is that everyone's still gonna be around and all's gonna be well. Okay, I just want to have the talk about it. We'll just, She's just like, "I don't want to go along with any plan involves everyone being dead."
Well,
Why
why
don't
don't
just pretend it?
She's just like, what do you mean pretended?
Well, this is the
Mr.
idea.
Dragon.
This is the idea, right? We use this necrotic staff combined with, I assume, trickster god magic to create or fake aura of death that isn't actually there to cover up the living.
Yeah, Emma
So
sort of gestures like she doesn't know about the things. Look, there are things that you don't understand. You think you understand everything. You know everything about this world. Okay? Outside this world, there's things coming that want to destroy everything. Plan is to hide us from them. She's sort of looking around like she doesn't really know what to think of what he's saying.
The things are interdimensional creatures that don't just kill you, they erase you from existence. So you're not just dead, like my friends are dead. Like your soul still exists in another realm. You are just gone completely. You don't exist, you never exist, you'll never will exist.
Yeah, you seem to have a cold right now.
Yeah, I do.
Oh no.
She still has the head on straight though.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Well,
What if this death you see isn't real death? What if it is the plan succeeding and it's just this aura of death that's covering up all life?
Because I imagine if it is powerful enough to trick them, it must be powerful enough to trick a goddess.
she's like thinking about what you're saying. Right.
Also, we don't have any other plans.
That is the truth.
So normal dead is better than do not exist. Just me. Just seriously. Dead things apparently come from this cave.
Okay. She seems to be listening to what you're saying. She then basically just goes, I don't know what to think of what you're saying. Maybe I do want to stop that. But not with him. And then her eyes like flash. And everyone, let's make a wisdom save.
Yeah.
I'm not there.
Yeah, you're not there.
Yes,
15.
that's a fail.
That is a natural one.
Oh no.
Well, that's not one. It's
Oh, for Amaranth.
because I'm
Colin, no, sorry, not Colin. Victor got 9.
Right.
I think Brian's got a pretty good save.
Anyone who's next to me gets a +3 on save from Aura Protection.
Oh, yeah. So you're at 18?
Yeah.
I'm used to being a wisdom
Oh, you're
caster,
at 1.
charisma
And
caster.
I got 12.
I've been 2 charisma casters.
That's 4 + 9.
So natural
13.
1 plus 1, so 2.
Plus your 3, Amaranth actually got 31.
And he also fails.
No,
He passed.
Oh my god.
It's DC 30.
It's not DC 30, but yeah.
It's 29. So close.
I believe then you all suffer from the effect of confusion.
Lovely.
And that's what we will do at the beginning of initiative when we come back.
Yes.
Sweet.
The main thing to remember when we come back as well, Colin's not affected because he's not there.
Yeah.
He still needs to wait a time before rolling initiative.
Yeah.
I will also say all of relevant minions and things under your control do just get affected if you fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More really for ease than anything
yeah.
else. Yeah.
And to bet, I rolled for Victor anyway. The only other one who potentially roll is Igor. And
Yeah, Victor I put separate. But everything else, like familiars, Igor,
Good old Igor.
Phantasmal Steve.
I mean, Igor would have gotten a +1.
Yeah.
With a +1, did Igor have theoretically passed?
They don't notice anything's different.
Yellow.